next from Mineski.
Most likely we have the Jakiro ban, which we saw yesterday. Jabs on, Ninjabuki on Jakiro was dominating. So scary.
I think the Jakiro ban works with the Vengeful pick because Mineski has Venge already. If you throw Jakiro on top, they have a lot of pushing power with the aura from Venge and with Jakiro's Liquid Fire.
5 seconds.
It's also just a really strong lane. Like Venge plus Jakiro plus Earth Spirit, that's pretty threatening, even though Earth Spirit's not really regarded as a strong laner. Jakiro and Venge, two of the stronger ones.
Yep. Alright, looking for that the Gyrocopter
yeah, looking for
ban.
The Gyro ban.
They did ban it out previous game as well. They banned it out last though. In this phase of the game, actually, previous game, they banned out Abed's heroes. They banned out Invoker and Queen of Pain.
Oh yeah, the Medusa makes a lot of sense too, especially with the Ogre Magi.
Meaning that they're maybe less worried about an Abed Queen of Pain. Maybe Invoker still as well, right?
Yeah.
Scary. Is
it
really
really
Invoker fit? Not that much.
I don't know. Invoker's a weird hero because he's really weak in the laning phase. He takes a lot of time to ramp up. And Witch Doctor banned by Fnatic. Okay.
Interesting.
So they just want to be able to. What that tells me is they want to be able to contest that safe lane. Because Witch Doctor versus Tusk, it's really tough. If you snowball anybody and you get multi-hero casked, then that's quite a nightmare. And also just strong lane. Strong laner, Witch Doctor Venge makes up for the weakness of the Earth Spirit.
5 seconds remaining.
Doesn't he? What do you think so far, Owen?
I think with the Venge. I mean, if it is going to be the Venge core, I'm never really a fan. So already I'm liking Mineski's less in comparison.
Why don't you like Vengeful as a core?
I feel like we've just seen it be very unsuccessful in like most of the times. Definitely most of the games that I've casted in Dreamleague in Europe, to be fair, it was in a different region. So can't take too much away from it, but a lot of underwhelming games from Venge cores.
Mineski's got a pretty high win rate with the Venge core though.
Okay.
They're very comfort
there you go.
for it.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, it has lost a decent amount in Europe. Warlock picked up from Mineski, so that Warlock Earth Spirit, as we used to like seeing so much, Fatal Bonds. Beastmaster.
Beastmaster's
So
back.
he got nerfs.
Okay, what did he get?
I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. I know the Wild Axes got nerfed in damage a little bit. And then there was, I think, one other thing. His Hawk movement speed got reduced from 450 to 430, so slight nerfs. Not really massively significant, but does hurt him a bit in that laning phase. Because we have seen the Wild Axes being leveled up early on. So auras and just things to buff up the carry is what I'm seeing from Fnatic. The Inner Beast as well as the Bloodlust. Quite a lot of attack speed will be gained from that one. But they don't have team fight, is what I'm really afraid of here. And looking at Mineski's, they have a massive amount. Again, they go for Nana's Mirana. We've been seeing him having incredibly high success with that. And they have a lot of damage coming in. Fatal Bonds plus Warlock plus Starfall.
Yeah, and the Fatal Bonds is also a fairly short cooldown, so obviously Warlock has a big cooldown teamfight ultimate, but at least in between he will still be able to fight as well, unlike the lineup that we just saw from Fnatic.
Absolutely. And now at level 10 you get 5% bonus on Fatal Bonds too, so it becomes even more potent. And I like having... I like Mirana, especially for Mineski. They're just really comfortable playing with it. And with Venge, I think it just makes it way stronger. That aura, actually, plus the leap attack speed is pretty damn significant.
Yeah. I'm waiting for one more hero for Fnatic.
So that means it's the Tusk Ogre supports too. And the Beastmaster will be the offlane as well for Fnatic.
Yeah.
So now we do have Envy and Abed's heroes are the two remaining.
And that's an Abed hero.
That's Abed.
Saw a ban previous game.
I think Mineski had to see this one coming.
Yeah. I mean, they must have known because they normally ban it.
Yeah.
So they should be aware that this one was coming, so they should have a plan against it as well. And Earth Spirit is already very good against Queen of Pain as well. I'm gonna imagine that mid lane is gonna have frequent visits.
Not as good anymore though, because the early level silence got reduced by 0.5 seconds.
True, but
that's kind of significant. But yeah, throughout
should be good enough for perhaps a kill in the early game.
Yeah, they don't have extremely reliable lockdown for the Queen of Pain at the moment is the one thing. So
yeah,
I am liking this a little bit better for Fnatic already from the last time. They don't really rely so much on those ultimates this time around.
Turn to
the Gyrocopter still is banned.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see that one come out. So really, the last 3 bans really focusing on Envy from Mineski. I mean, his hero pool is pretty limited now.
What's left? Slark! Yes! Finally.
Maybe he goes for something elusive like the Morphling.
Slark actually is pretty decent against Mirana.
Yeah, the pounce. And you get like I think at level 20 you get +3 pounce leash too. So that's 6 seconds where you can't really leap away from him.
Yeah, those 3 leaps won't do anything then. Yeah. Do you like the Slark in this lineup, or is it wishful thinking from my part?
It still takes some time, but I think it's decent because they already have Abed on Queen of Pain. He's elusive. I think they need more team fight though. I don't think they can match up Mineski and fight with these heroes. They have to pretty much split the map and look just for lane dominance from Fnatic at the moment. While Mineski, yeah, they have pretty decent lanes and they have just incredibly high team fight.
And I know, oh, never mind.
This time it'll be the Lifestealer. So we thought that might come out last time, but
yeah,
this time it is going to come out. They have the Quap for the Infest, they have the Tusk for the Infest as well. I like this a lot more for Fnatic this time around than last.
All right. A lot more reliant on individual performance rather than a massive amount of synergy, which can be a good thing.
Mineski, what is Daryl's hero here?
You can come over again, Owen.
There's still one more pick.
Well, there's one more pick.
There is? There is!
Daryl's hero.
Come on, Steve.
Wow.
I just said it.
Yeah, but I for some reason, I thought it was... Sorry. Like 4 heroes from Mineski seems fair.
They're good.
Yeah, they're good. It's a tide! Oh, I like that actually a lot. More team fight.
More team fight for Mineski.
But also a hero that is quite effective in between. And Kraken Shell. You can't really roar him. It's pretty good. I'm a fan. Question is, Owen, are you a fan?
Let's see.
I think I actually prefer what Fnatic's doing this time around. I think the Lifestealer is very good here. And I have great faith in the Abed Queen of Pain. I think he is... he should have a pretty good game. Sure, the instance challenge from the Sprit could cause a few issues, but other than that, I think there's a lot of stuff that he can dodge, he can juke out. Even if he gets trashed early on, I think he can come back in because there are some squishy heroes on Mineski's lineup to sort of feed off. And a higher Beastmaster DJ touch. Yeah, I think Fnatic's got this one. I think Envy's actually going to have a pretty good game this time on the Lifestealer.
Fogged? Lost in thought?
Yeah, because I do like how much teamfight Mineski has, but I think Abed's going to get such a good start from this Ogre just sitting on the hill that he might just go out of control. Oh my god, I don't know, I'm so torn here.
You know, whenever Ice is playing Tidehunter, and even if I'm not watching, I always find my Twitter feed after the game has some extra activity.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Oh man, I think this team out.
I'm going for Mineski. I do like the draft of Fnatic a lot, but I think the team fight might just be a little bit too much to deal with when they try to go high ground. We're going to find out though, Fogged. Production has already said that you were going for Fnatic. Let's find out what's going to happen in game 2 with Charlie Yang and Lumi.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show of Good Cop and Bad Cop. I'm Good Cop Lumi.
I am Bad Cop Charlie, and in Bad Cop fashion, I'm going to disagree. I wish I could be
disagree
as
with what? You're just going to disagree.
Yeah, I wish I could be as positive as Owen. I don't believe in Fnatic's drafts.
You just don't believe in Jackie Mao.
You know,
you just don't like him because he doesn't follow you back on Twitter.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's definitely not what it is. Jackie Mao. No, I am a big fan of Jackie Mao.
Okay.
You are incorrect, but I think he's gonna have a hard time this game because his lane is two melee heroes against the Tidehunter. Like Ice is going to have another free lane, and I think it's hard for Fnatic to actually like take that big fight uphill.
Yep.
Like, how are they going to end this game? I think they have a lot of like great pickoff. They can play quickly, but when it actually comes down to how they win this game, I don't see how they do it.
You know, I think one thing I do want to mention is that Mineski is one of the few teams in the world that actually draft their offlane last, right? Just to make sure that Ice have a favorable matchup because he is such a big playmaker in the laning stage as well as in the mid game. And like you mentioned, they gave him a good lane.
I'm very happy if I'm Tidehunter here.
Yeah, it's a great Tide game. I do want to mention though, when Ohio plays Beastmaster, he doesn't go for the Necro book build. Oh, at least the last time I watched him, he doesn't. He likes to go Shadow Blade. So if he does go for the Shadow Blade again, he can, in theory, upgrade it into a Silver's Edge, and that can be the answer for the Tidehunter.
I guess. I mean, you can you'll disable Kraken Shell, you can roar him, but even then, maybe you burst him through during that.
Oh, Corey Sniper in the middle lane, got him.
Okay, that is very nice for Fnatic. But like I was saying, even if you do manage to, I guess, disable Kraken Shell, you still have the threat of the Warlock.
Sure.
So it's very likely that you're not going to kill Ice 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 in a burst.
Yeah, they also have the Earth Spirit kick and silence as well, which, by the way, the Fatal Bond Magnetized, we've seen it once already in Dreamleague. I believe we saw it yesterday, and it is an amazingly high damage combo. I believe it was actually Fnatic that picked that combo themselves.
Well, Moon is having a tough time mid with Pylai just sitting there.
Yep. I bet is having more denied than Quap is having CS. Feels bad.
Very, very rough. Very rough. Pi is just focusing on denies, hitting his own creeps. He is getting kind of low though. He can't sit here forever.
Yo. Maybe hang around for one more Bloodlust before he goes. What do you think about the decision to not put the Warlock mid? Just to be like, Moon, you got this lane for yourself.
I mean, like you said, Mineski is a team that heavily prioritizes Ice 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 and how well he does here. I think it's okay just because like this player is just so disruptive, and if you enable that, you know, that's sort of like your signature style. You don't want to mess with that.
Jabs takes one rune, rolls the other way to take the other rune. Good stuff. That's, you know, still continue from game one, right? That's exactly what he did in game one. Took multiple runes nonstop. Abed has a double damage.
Yeah, this is worrying because if Fnatic, I feel like if Fnatic was going to have a good game and if they were going to ultimately end up winning, it's going to be off the back of Abed.
Yeah. Not to say that the other player aren't playing well or doing stuff, but
this guy's your star.
Yeah, he is truly a position one from the mid lane. Abed is laying in a ton of damage on the mid lane. Moon is dropping precariously low. Doesn't want to take that point into a leap just yet. And we might see a kill being forced out here. Moon, one blink and scream away from death. Meanwhile, simultaneously on the bottom lane, Ice 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 dropping very, very low, but they don't want to man up on it because he does have 4 magic stick. Pops us off now. Back to full HP.
DJ did have a very nice snowball dodge on the Anchor Smash.
Yep. Anchor Smash is so punishing versus melee heroes.
Yeah, and then eventually, as Ice 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 gets higher levels of Kraken Shell and Anchor Smash, I don't think Fnatic can actually kill him.
Yep. This lane is going to get progressively worse and worse for Jackie. Progressively better and better for the Tide. So he better get what he can.
Moon is getting absolutely bodied.
Yeah,
right
he
now.
really is, dude. The CS differential, I mean, ain't no Ben-Hur level, but it's not looking great. I mean, granted, they had the Ogre mid. The Warlock finally came, but I think by that point, it's just a little bit too late. Look at Abed, dude.
Yeah, he's got the magic wand, double null right now.
Ice Shard flying by onto Ninja Boogie. Ninja Boogie has expended the heal on stuff. They have the snowball, by the way, but it looks like they're not going to use it. In fact, they're going to turn their attention mid. Drops a ward behind. Do they have Fire Blast? Don't even have mana. Leaps forward. And Moon, is he going to leap home? He just delivered himself Tango, so he doesn't want to go home. But man, this is looking super rough.
We got some action top as Mushi's getting gone on right now.
Ooh, body blocking coming out. They give up the Mushi kill. They go for jabs. They get neither. What's that phrase? You try to catch 2 rabbits and you get nothing? Is that something?
Ooh. Is that like a Chinese phrase?
That sounds like a Chinese. I mean, I'm asking you. You're Chinese too.
I've never heard that phrase before.
All right. Let's just say
I know there is something very similar to that.
Yeah.
But
Let's just say it.
I don't know it. All right, sure.
That sounds Confucius.
But Fnatic is having a much better laning phase this time around. Envy, I guess, is actually ahead of the Tide right now.
Yep. I mean, the Tide could jungle Ancients much more effectively than Envy.
Yeah, for the most part, these two are should just trade farm.
Yep. But that's better than what we expected out of the lane stage for him, right? We kind of expected him to suffer a little bit, but he's also doing well. So all of the cores for Fnatic is doing much better than expected. FaZe boots up top already on the Beastmaster. Yeah, he goes FaZe Medallion Shadowblade, and he is just a menace in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, I think the real important part that we haven't talked about is just how well Ohio is actually doing against this Venge.
He's also microing his Spore non-stop. He's gonna... Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna take the bounty and get 6 off of it. But...
I mean, for the most part, he did it solo. Ohio basically outlaned 2 heroes.
Dire's middle tower
he's got his Boar? That ain't solo?
Are we counting, like, his Boar as another hero?
That's his spirit animal, dude.
Alright, but for the most part, did it by himself. DJ sorta came up there at some point. But, like, I think that's the real kicker here, is just how well Ohio is doing. Yep. I imagine if he wasn't doing it, if Mushi didn't need as much help, you would see Jabs make some rotations mid.
Ohio now have access to level 6, so Venge, I don't think he could even show up within roar range.
No, if he shows up, he's dead.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially when DJ's nearby.
Yeah. I think the real kicker here is just Jabs has not had an impact on this early game. Usually if you want to draft Earth Spirit, like, you expect him to run around, get some ganks off, apply pressure on lanes, but he's just been pulling.
Yeah, he's basically doing the bare minimum, which is pulling as well as taking runes. But you pretty much could have any support do that. You expect the Earth Spirit to make a bet feel dangerous, but he doesn't. Like, a bet is like, yeah, I'm CSing out of my time.
Dire are scanning.
Some pressure on Jabs, he kicks, rolls away. But really, Mushi feels trapped up here. 3 Fnatic heroes move up to go pressure him. Shards come out, Mushi's trapped.
Yeah, he's gonna swap and look to go away. The Ravage is gonna get ported in from Ice, and in fact, they're gonna turn the gank around. Good bait, I guess, by Mushi, and he draws the first blood, so I guess he's right back in this lane. Good stuff.
That was a 4-hero rotation Ravage used, though.
I mean, Ravage used this early is like not that big of a deal, I guess. It's fine.
I mean, I guess with how much pressure is coming out, though.
Ooh! Mid lane, solo kill. What did we call that? Bodied?
Bodied.
Downloaded?
Exposed.
Exposed?
Exposed.
I mean, Moon is definitely a very strong laner, but...
Yeah, I didn't expect this kind of domination to come out. I expected Moon to get a little more.
Yeah. Well, I bet is one of the best, I guess.
Feels very comfortable on that Queen of Pain right now.
Top lane, Mushi letting the Magic Missile fly, but Ohio does have the infused raindrops to block most of it. Surprised to see the lack of go on this Venge. But I guess the last time they did try, the Ravage came in, so...
Well, they don't have it now.
Yeah.
They could apply more pressure, but they did have, I guess, 2 heroes not showing on the map.
Jeez, Moon can't even show up in this lane.
Doesn't even have boots yet.
I mean, we keep saying, you know, Abed is doing really well, but a large part of it is also the fact that Queen of Pain is just more dominant of a laner compared to the Mirana, so...
Especially when you have an Ogre sitting on the hill.
Giving you Bloodlust non-stop. Arrow, okay. One of the stuns does connect. But slowly, this tier 1 tower is also getting widowed down. Abed jumps right in for the Moon kill. He will get it. Now Jabs might be in a little bit of trouble as well. Blink as well. Shadow Strike not ready to go just yet, but Abed doesn't care. Now he cares a little bit. The tower laying him in. He will have Blink back up. Swap right back in the tower into a stun. Ooh. Jabs survives for like 5 HP. Good
That's
stuff.
Big.
I mean, from Abed's perspective, that was a clean kill, but Mushi just showing out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, Abed got a little greedy there. saw that Earth Spirit. He's thinking, I'm like huge right now. I'm dominating this game.
Yep.
I remember Blitz mentioned that Kuro had called this what, strongman syndrome.
Okay.
Where you just think that you're invincible and you cannot die this game.
Yep.
And so I think he was feeling it there. And you know, strongman syndrome is a fallacy. You can die.
Well, at the very least, the silver lining for that play was that it did free up the top lane for Ohio to get the tower. Now Ninja Boogie rolling onto the Warlock. Body block coming right out. Ohio coming in position for the roar. Centaur, get me in there. Stomp's going to be there as well. Nice. Kill in the jungle here for Fnatic, and they do extend their lead. Mineski needs to pull themselves together right about now, because right now, Fnatic is the big boss. Mineski is the anime kid, and they're getting rolled on right now.
Yeah, the only way Mineski right now really takes a fight is with Ravage. So unless Ice is there, they can't really do anything, bar the exceptional Abed dives tier 2 tower.
Roche. They're going right into Roche, man. We are looking at 11 minutes in. As the anime gods will it, there is a double damage rune right outside for Abed to pick it up, and he is laying in thanks to the Medallion Courage as well as the Bloodlust. DJ up top. Maybe he could TP out of this. No, the damage is way too high here from Mushi. They run him down, and the Ice Shards not working out again. Pretty much every single team that Eternal Envy has ever been on, and trust me when I say this because I watch a lot of Jackie games, is that they love to sneak Roche. Yeah. In best of 3 series, they probably do it at least 2 or 3 times.
That's Jackie's calling card. These sort of efficiency plays.
Yep.
And it looked like really that Mineski had no idea.
Was that worth?
That's absolutely not worth. You expended a +2 minute ultimate for 2 Ancients.
Yeah, but it's like the call out, dude. It's the flexing the muscle. It's the gun show.
You think Ice is intimidated by that?
Oh, Mushi will get intimidated by this one. Well, a little bit of help here from his ally. Mushi might actually make a swap, but the boar on the left side, or the right side rather, is going to get Mushi down. Japs did all he can for his teammate. Won't get sent to the upstairs, but, didn't save his life either.
Jackie Mao has been quietly farming away.
Yeah, second net worth. Gonna finish that armlet. Oh, he wants to go right into Midas. Has the Helm of Iron Will on lock. All right. Good stuff.
I like it because he's anticipating this game is going to go long, and it probably will, just because even though Fnatic has the advantage, going high ground is still probably pretty hard.
Yep. Queen of Pain, Lifestealer, none of these are exactly the best high ground hero. I think if Fnatic's going to win this game, they have to do it through a ton of hero kills.
Yeah, they basically have to wipe them.
Yeah. Ice, farming the Ancient stack with Anchor Smash. And he is going for a mech after a blink. Despite picking up the blink though, so far haven't seen any good Ravage attempts. Or opportunities, rather.
Yeah, I think for the most part, Fnatic has stayed pretty split around the map. This is a pretty low kill count game, actually.
They're gonna smoke up. I don't think there were any observer wards to see that smoke. The only time they could have used that Ravage was during the Roshan sneak, but it was a sneak. Abed need to get himself out of there. Long blink rage will bypass the TIE Hunter, but TIE Hunter now reveals his positioning bottom, so top feels safe to put a little bit of pressure if they want. But they will also back it off.
Yeah, unfortunate for Mineski, they really needed to get something there. But even so, I don't think Fnatic feels... Or I don't think they should feel too safe to start pushing just tier 2s or anything like that, just en masse with 5 heroes.
Yeah, I don't think they
have to. Yeah, they do have to respect the team fight.
Yeah, they don't push quickly enough. They don't. It's kill into a push. That's pretty much all they got. Ice. Sitting up right next to Envy. Looking for a gank. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, Abed looking maybe for a solo kill. No, just harassing Dagger. I do appreciate how aggressively Fnatic is playing. Maybe they're not forcing kills, but they're constantly in the enemy jungle. And for a hero like Venge, who likes to, let's say, push out the wave and jungle a little bit, well, can't really do that.
This is dark days for Ninja Boogie right now. Position basically 6 Warlock, 600 gold. He's a hero that he wants to be able to take these team fights, but his team's just not ready to do it. And Fnatic isn't giving him any opportunities.
Do you think a teamfight lineup like Mineski's loses its value when you don't have those team fights? Because right now, Fnatic is very smartly dodging it. We've been seeing a ton of Hawks flying over Ninja Boogie, like seeing his positioning, so they're not fighting into his Warlock ult. Despite the Blink pickup, Tidehunter hasn't used a Ravage since then, so despite all your big ults, you're not really doing anything with it. That's my concern for Mineski.
I think it really depends on the rest of your composition, as we do see. Oh, Envy smartly
going to the
rages, but he's still in trouble here.
Yeah. I think he could have just rage TP right immediately after swap, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
I didn't see whether it was still on cooldown, but that was a free kill. They didn't even have to use a Ravage for that, and perhaps even a tier 2 tower. Sonic Wave, not going to get the kill, and they won't force it either.
Abed might be in a tricky situation right now. Oh, no, never mind. But back to your original question of whether or not, I guess, these big team fight drafts are a waste if you don't use them. I think it depends on your lineup overall. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. And, yep, not going to make it out there. I guess, not to put words in your mouth, but I think where you're trying to get to is that if you have a really strong late scaling team, it's okay if you don't use your ult to delay the game.
Exactly.
Right? So then it leads to the question is, does Mineski have that late scaling team? Smushi is going to get found out by Screamer Pain, so they need to come in and drop sentry. Yeah. So he's done so.
I think ultra late game, if they fight on even footing, I do prefer Mineski's draft, just because they have 2 big team fight ultimates, one of which goes through BKB and Rage, and I think Morana does scale very well late game.
Yep.
And Venge herself also is
she's
not bad here. Yeah.
She falls down after a while though, so
I think the real kicker for Fnatic is just that late game Queen of Pain lifesteal talent.
Yeah. I mean they did nerf it pretty heavily by moving her from 25 to 20 and making that lifesteal much lower. But as our observer is pointing out, Shadowblade is up online now on Beastmaster. Gonna go back for the drums. Pissed stop before the Silver Edge. But that's gonna be one more worry for the Mineski support to deal with, which by the way are already on food stamp territory.
Yeah, especially Ninja Boogie.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ohio. Shadowblade in. He's looking. Does see Ninja Boogie on the back line, but instead think he's going to go south. Sees Moon. Once again, Moon's going to get caught out. Punch going to be available. And Moon dies once again. Look at his net worth. Below now the Beastmaster.
Yeah, I believe, what was the phrase again? Bodied?
Bodied? Yeah. We're going to need to invent new words, new nouns, adjective, adverbs. Or was it a verb? Body is the verb.
Bodied is, yes.
Mid lane, another person, another body dropping the floor maybe. A bed. At this point, it feels bad for Mineski.
Yeah, they're not getting the opportunity to use these big team fight ultimates. There's no chance for them to sort of group up and take an objective. Fnatic is doing a really good job just dragging them across the map and then using their superior pick-off and net worth advantage to just take these little skirmishes here and there. Not even skirmishes, they're just getting pick-offs.
Yeah. I think the only time that Fnatic will be vulnerable in the next maybe 5 minutes is when they inevitably group up for a Roshan attempt, right? Because when you're this ahead, you're going to be like, okay, well, we're going to take a couple of towers, we're going to take Roche.
Envy?
Gonna get caught here. Magic Missile is gonna be there. They drop the rock as well, but he's gonna just man-fight Mushi under the building. He's gonna pop that. Ooh, okay, he's gonna go down. Nothing to infest. DJ now needs to snowball. All the teleportations are coming in one by one though. DJ taking a ton of damage. He will walk right out of there. Ohio also taking a ton, but he's gonna be fine. He will survive. Ice. Already blown his Ravage. Here comes Jabs. Nice 2-min kick. Shaolin Soccer to the rescue. Fatal Bond to extend that damage output. Somehow, some way, Mineski wins the team fight under the enemy shrine, picks off 3. Good stuff.
Yeah, and Moon wasn't even there. That I actually expected that fight to go a lot better for Fnatic the moment Abed came in, but Queen of Pain, she actually didn't have Sonic Wave.
Yeah, I think that was actually the big thing. She used Sonic Wave for a pickoff attempt earlier, so.
Well, this is very good for Mineski, buying themselves more time.
Can they get an objective off of this? Tier 2 is very low now, bottom.
No, I don't think they can take this.
Envy's gonna come right back in and will force Ice away.
Mineski is still posturing around the area though.
Ice comes out of the truck. He might just die here again. He doesn't have rage. Uh-oh, silence gonna come through. It is a lower duration silence thanks to the new patch. Now Ice under the tower. Will good. Okay, swap back out, and now Mushi going on Envy. Envy can't Arbla toggle this. He's gonna be dead, and that will also feed Pylai die. On the back line, looks like the Tidehunter did die to the Abed, as well as the DJ ganking combination. Beastmaster Roar on the front. That's gonna be another kill onto Mushi. In the back, Ninja Booty not gonna complete that TP. Excuse me, Mushi's still alive. He's in the trees. Do they have the game sense to find him? They don't. And Mushi will probably need to sit here for a couple of seconds. What if that ice charge? Or 30 seconds.
It might be longer than that.
Oh, what if that frozen stage was just like scout him out? Alright, he's fine now. He's gonna shadow play out. And now immediately into the Roshan pit. Fnatic says, look, we just want to fight. You don't have Ravage, you don't have Rock. Free Rosh. And this one comes with cheeks.
Yeah, you know, despite that Envy death, I think that's still a positive for Fnatic.
Sure.
And Fnatic is... When do you imagine that they'll start making that high ground push? It's got to be a while, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's anytime soon. We might even get into a territory where, you know, back in the day when Leicester gets hard, he walks up to your tier 3 rage, hits it like 2-3 times, and then backs off.
That's still kind of scary for the Lifestealer because he can get swapped back into
That's
silence.
Definitely true. Yeah. Well, Aegis already expended on the mid lane here. Abed pops the BKB, but that's physical damage.
Man, that Venge hits so hard.
Dude, that was a big win for Mineski. They got Aegis and a BKB charge for free. Swap back in here, and Pylai that's going to go down as well. Man, Mineski turning up the heat. All of a sudden, they grab 2 kills.
Oh, Moon's getting gone on, though.
Okay.
I don't think they can push this now.
Well, they're going to try Moon or no Moon. Infest into one of the creeps. Envy will pop back out.
Mushi's going back in. He's looking for something.
He's got Magic Missile. He's got MOM. That's all he really needs for the kills.
I like the gumption on him. Just to go for it.
That's one of them SAT words, dude.
Gumption?
Yeah. You don't hear that in everyday use.
Sure, fair.
Yeah. Mineski will take down a very important tier 1 tower mid. Trying to wrestle back some map control on their side.
Disconnect out of the Ogre.
Alright, so how you feel about this game's going? The kill score is very close. Net worth is only 4K apart. We saw Fnatic constantly shutting down Moon.
I think that's the real dark spot for Mineski right now.
Mm-hmm.
If Moon didn't have such a bad game, I think I would be favoring Mineski a lot. Right now, what Fnatic needs to do is really just sort of try and pen in Mineski. Keep them like afraid to come out. Because right now, all these like little pickoffs, all these little teamfight wins where they catch out Envy in the beginning has allowed them to sort of crawl their way back in.
Yeah. And speaking of the pickoff, I think Beastmaster's itemization is just for that, right? Like the Shadow Blade, constantly living in the enemy jungle, finding Moon wherever he goes.
He is starting to itemize for the team fight though. As he's going for that BKB, he realizes at some point we got to take these guys 5-on-5.
Yeah. I am surprised by the lack of Silver Edge. Maybe he'll go for it after the BKB. But here we go. Mineski will smoke back up. Is the cheese still available on Infinity? Yeah, it looks like MV is holding the cheese.
Oh, they go all the way around. They know where MV is right now.
Yep. And that cheese is not going to help him if he gets chain stun. Can he magic missile that one? Wasn't looking, and the Ravage and the Rock comes down. 2 heroes, or rather 1 hero dead immediately. Pylai somehow walks away, trying to delay. But there's no delaying this one. And now Jabs is looking for more blinks and kicks, rolls, trying to find somebody. DJ has a blink of his own. He could easily snowball and blink out of there.
This might get a little scary for Mineski right now. There's no Ravage, no Rock.
Abed just ported in. Abed might be in trouble. He needs to activate BKB if he sees a Magic Missile flying. Mushi looking for the Magic Missile. Nice BKB activation in the very last second. Now he blinks right in for Mushi. Sonic Wave is available. Sonic Wave, and doesn't get either kills. The TP will complete on the right side. It's going to be Tusk rolling forward. Finds Jabs here. Abed blinking to the high ground, but nice Ice Shards. Keeping Jabs stuck in. Just kidding. Jabs says, see ya. I'm out of here. And they don't lose anybody. Oh, wait, just as I say that, they will find Moon because, of course, Moon downloaded.
Oh, God.
They know exactly where he is.
He's having the roughest game right now. His team's is creating so much space for him, and he's just like, please, guys, just give me a break here.
I think Moon is playing a spectacular position for Mirana right now. Fluff and Sluff would be very proud seeing this one. He's got Manta already finished.
Yeah, congratulations. In that moment though, Ninja Boogie does take a tower.
Okay.
He's got a 4-staff. He's come a long way since having 600 net worth.
Yeah, I think he's participated into like 2 game-winning fights, or not game-winning fights, just like team-winning fights, and he was able to pick up a lot of assist gold and whatnot. So good stuff.
Oh, Abed might be in trouble here.
Jeez,
oh my
deep.
God.
I mean, he does have a double damage, so.
Oh, I can't even see that with the Venge is already blue.
Yeah. I believe the correct color is indigo. I don't know if that's
is it? It actually isn't indigo purple?
Yeah, it is. I do hate it when people are really good with colors.
Indigo City, man. Didn't Pokemon teach you your colors?
I mean, I was the OG, man. I played Pokemon Black and White. I didn't.
You weren't the OG?
I was the OG.
Yeah, Indigo was in the OG version.
I know, but I played it in like Game Boy. Like, it wasn't even color back then.
You weren't curious and you were like, what is indigo? And you didn't look it up or anything?
I was just a kid that moved from China to America. Every word I didn't understand. I'm not going to look up everything, dude.
Fair enough.
I can't train my Charizard to 100 if I look up shit in the dictionary. Fnatic, by the way, going to get smoking. Once again, they find one, and that's going to be Jackie Mao. And he's dead. Well, this is why people ban out the Venge against Mushi. Look at the way he's playing. They were far behind, and all of a sudden, Venge, doing the Beastmaster cosplay, has picked them up a bunch of core kills on her own.
You know, you would expect these teams to be playing like you would expect Fnatic to be playing like Mineski right now, and Mineski to be playing like Fnatic.
Right.
Where Mineski is sitting in their base and Fnatic is going for pickoffs. Instead, it's the other way around.
Got it.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, the table has turned. Mineski is threading high ground. They don't have Ravage, but I'm not sure whether they need Ravage.
No, they definitely need Ravage because Envy is about to be back up. Mineski, you need to get out right now.
And they do. Very quickly, they book it. But good amount of damage onto that tier 3.
I think Fnatic should have tried to force a fight right there. You know Ravage is down. Roar one and try and go. Abed's super strong, and right now I think a lot of his advantage has been squandered.
I think they would have won if Envy was alive, but he was
about to be up pretty soon. Pretty soon.
We also haven't seen an offensive infest bomb gank yet, and now everybody walking bottom side, Ohio sees them, and they do go right on the Venge. Venge is most of the damage. Rock's gonna come down, Venge dropping very low. Any swaps? No swap. He's just dead. Envy on the front line, hitting Ice of all people. Now he switches target to Ninja Boogie, but Sentry not in range to detect the Moonlight Shadow. Blinks in, Sonic Waves, absolutely nobody. It got the core on the back line and grants them a double kill, so that's pretty good. And now they'll get a tier 1 in the back door as well. They were looking for more, but they got what they came for, which is the Venge kill.
This is what Fnatic needed to be doing like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. And now, Shiva's guard finish on the Queen of Pain. I feel like Queen of Pain might even want to pick up AC at this point. Just any armor item she could get would help be so helpful against this Venge.
Yeah, she needs to transition into right-click carry.
Yeah.
Because at this point, she's, for the most part, their main building hitter if they end up sieging.
Ravage is now back up. So I think at most Fnatic could get a tier 2, and that's not even guaranteed. I think Fnatic probably has time to Roshan, and they know it's back up. They probably shouldn't, look for push anymore.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
Envy?
Oh, dude.
They want this.
Ice is using the Ravage animation. He's like trying to base something else. Swap's gonna be there. Swap him. Yeah, there you go.
Oh no.
And
he's dead.
Dead, dude. Oh, dude, do you see the Midas before he died? Efficiency, no Midas downtime.
Yeah, what a great play. Die to get a Midas off.
Hey man, that's when you make something out of a bad situation.
I was gonna say what Fnatic needed to do around that position was try and get off a key pickoff before you go Roche.
Yep, and that's exactly what they did. And guess what, Charlie? This gives them the refresher shard. I don't know if they could beat you Ravage. Envy has buyback. Are they gonna actually challenge this? I think they are making that attempt. Here we go. This is gonna be one of the game-deciding fights. Ohio. Access into the Roshan. They will check the HP, swap back in, and that's the Beastmaster. He will activate the BKB. No buyback from Jackie Mao just yet. Ohio dropping very low. Where's the roar? Where's the roar? He finally drops the roar on an illusion just to save his life. He's out of there, but now without the roar or the BKB Master, BKB Beastmaster, they can't really challenge. And they basically just gave away the Roche. Abed, is he trying to make the steal? Shiva's guard giving vision. He jumps right in. Sonic Wave, he gets the Aegis! Buyback on Mushi as well.
Oh my god!
Sonic Wave, he ate the refresher sword. Abed is Superman right now. He's finally out of mana. He could only blink, but he's won this team fight for his team. Move over. This guy is the real superstar on this team. Abed, game-saving blink.
My
steals
god.
Aegis, steals cheese, steals refresher shard,
steals the Roshan kill as well.
Holy shit.
Alright. Abed just won them the game right there. If they do win, it's going to be because of that play. If Mineski had gotten the Roshan just clean and the refresher shard, it would have been so hard for Fnatic to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they could beat double Sonic Wave, and now the Bloodlust on everybody. Here we go, Fnatic shredding buildings.
This is going to be multiple lanes of racks.
Yeah. If not, oh, they can't get Megas because the tier 2 bottom is still alive, but Fnatic very happy with 2 sets of racks. Ravage was actually not back up for a while, so if they want to stay around to do something more, they can, but probably the ultra safe play is to go back, take a couple more shrines. They also have seen Mushi's positioning thanks to a ward. Do they have the dust? Do they have the sentry? Pai's got 2 sentries. If he pop one down here, oh god.
Oh.
Magic Missile, good rage. Abed pops a BKB. He's like, you know what I just did? You want to fight me still?
This man has Aegis cheese.
Yeah. He's cool. That's swapping back in. That's Ohio. He's got the BKB. He's stuck in the trees right now. Blink, snowball play. Rock's going to get dropped here. I think it's time to cut their losses. No, Abed says, I have Aegis cheese. I don't care. I DC. He can pop the cheese anytime he wants. He will pop the cheese. Jabs will be the first one to go down. Ice. Ravage and 40. And they're hanging around. All that just for 1 kill. Fnatic all back off safely.
Very unfortunate for Mineski there. Thought they had a good opportunity, but Envy with the quick reactions on that rage there saved his life.
All right, I know you're a personal friend of Sumail, but
Sure.
I'm gonna ask the question.
Are you asking me if Abed is a better Queen of Pain or overall than Sumail?
Put like compare the two players. Like, I think most people would agree Sumail is just better, but how much? You think the gap is very far?
Okay, I'll put it this way. I don't think Sumail is going to ever lose, like currently right now.
Okay.
I don't think he would ever lose a 1v1 straight up
to anybody.
To anybody, right?
Okay.
Now. But you know, overall, I mean, that's only one aspect of the game.
Sure.
But that being said, I do think like these guys are very similar in terms of playstyle. Do I think Sumail could have made that play? Yes, I actually do.
Okay. Yeah.
But I gotta say right now, Abed is...
He's definitely making a case for himself, right? As
he definitely is.
yeah. I got a little hype for that play, you know? I'm sure y'all at home did. And he picks up the Scythe of Ice. So that's going to be one more way to lock down that Venge or Mirana. Which, by the way, we have a Mirana in this game, right? He's got the Manta, Maelstrom, and now going back for a Hurricane Pipe. But here comes Fnatic.
Dude, this Mirana doesn't do... The Tusk has more net worth than the Mirana right now.
This is a surgical removal. They see Ice Ice in the front. There's no way they can actually go through Ice Ice, can they? They have a lot of BKB. Ohio gets a smoke pop, and now Abed blinks right in. Immediately, they hex up on Mushi. The Moonlight Shadow not even fading quickly enough to protect him. 2 kills. Buybacks are coming out, and now Ice Ice. Does he want to re-engage? He can't. He's got a Shadow Strike dagger on him, so that Blink dagger is cancelled. All right, so that's just 2 clean kills, 3 clean kills, excuse me, with the buyback used. And now Abed with the double damage. Trying to backdoor this tier 2. They will just take it cleanly here. And that's kind of something we said about the Fnatic lineup. It's a kill into a push. And that's exactly what we see. No, Abed once more. He blinks and Hex one more on the back line. The Ravage coming out a little bit too late. And as a result, a dieback on jabs. Abed gives the good game to his allies. Gets another kill for the team. Blinks forward, force out the GG. They want Ice Ice Ice. Looks like they will not be able to get him, but they will get a GG. Fnatic forces to a game 3 off the back of Super Saiyan 5 Abed. That was insane. That was an amazing play.
If he doesn't make that play, I think Fnatic actually loses.
I agree.
They won that game purely because of that massive Aegis steal, Refresher Shard steal, and it was all Abed.
Yeah.
Nana was a non-factor this game. Again, largely because of Abed's dominating performance mid. He did have help, but...
Maybe that's the danger of picking Mirana as a core. You know, once you shut her down early, she does have issue catching back up, especially if she's continuously ganked. So,
yep.
Well, we'll let the panel talk about that after the break, but we are going to a break. Game 3 is coming up after it. It should be a good one. Both these teams looking really, really strong. No, we're not going to a break for now.
No, we're not? All right.
What do you want to talk about?
So, if this were an anime, where are we in the arc right now?
We're in the arc?
Yeah. This is definitely an arc because this is a 3-game series. This is a best of 3.
Yeah.
First, Mineski wins, right?
They're
the big boss,
all right.
and they come in.
Game 1, Jackie Mao. Jackie Mao is the center of this anime. Because
why is Jackie Mao...
Just listen, right?
All right.
Jackie Mao is the center of this anime, right?
Okay.
He goes to the school. He gets bullied. Because it's Jackie Mao. Right?
Okay.
Right? And then he cries himself to sleep at night. Game 2, he meets his friend. Best friend. And that friend is like really cool, right?
Is that Abed?
Yeah, that's Abed. Pushes away the bully.
I don't know if Abed is the friend here. I think
he's just a friend.
No. I think the first friend he meets is Pylai Dai.
Oh, okay.
How are you just gonna do Pylai Dai like that and not?
But Pylai Dai is the smart friend. He's the friend that wears glasses. You know.
Yeah, but Pylai Dai also gets bullied.
Yeah, they get bullied together. All right. Yeah, and then they meet this like blonde-haired boy that's like buff and stuff, right? And push them back.
All right. And the blonde-haired boy is Abed.
Abed, yeah. Episode.
Did you just cast Abed as a white guy?
Yeah,
you just casted Abed.
Listen,
Hollywooded Abed.
No,
what the hell?
In Japanese anime, the blonde hair guy is like cool guy.
No, in Japanese anime, it's like the dark-haired boy that looks mean or whatever.
All right, whatever. It doesn't matter what his hair color is.
You actually
doesn't matter what the hair
Abed
color is.
as a white guy. You whitewashed Abed.
He went to America. Anyway.
You whitewashed.
All right, episode 3 is coming up next.
I'm done with this man.
Episode 3 is coming up next, and this is where Envy finds confidence in himself and rise to the top. That's after the break, guys.
Get the alpha, be the alpha.
The battle begins.
Rampage.
Dire victory.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
Destiny 2 on PC. Available now. Exclusively on Blizzard Battle.net.
Call of Duty is going back to World War II. We gotta get the guys back together. You busy?
No.
Then let's go.
What? All right. Who's next?
Garcia.
You'll never get Garcia. He's got himself a wife and kids now.
It took you guys so long.
Okay, I guess we got Garcia.
Play map packs 30 days early. We thought we knew what war would be like. But nothing prepared us for this.
Focus on your men, because that's what'll get you through.
Wer sind die Juden?
They're after Jews. Let's take that bridge and find our boy.
It's all or nothing. It's all been leading to this.
Well, ain't that something, Fritz?
Play map packs 30 days early.
PlayStation.
Traffic's driving me insane. That exit just ahead is my way out. Turning up the radio, windows down, rolling slow. Getting back to what I know life is all about. Taking the back roads home tonight. I don't mind the extra mile.
Good morning, welcome back. RG Dreamleague Season 8, Winners Bracket Finals of Southeast Asian Qualifier. We have Mineski versus Fnatic.
Yes, we do.
And we are going to Game 3. It is tied as Fnatic just managed to take Game 2 against Mineski. In Abed fashion, I want to say. Yeah. He took the team on his back and he said, don't worry guys, I got this.
Abed.
Yeah, the Abed show.
That was something.
That was something.
Envy died a bunch of times, but Abed was like, don't worry, Envy.
Gotcha.
Doesn't matter if you're dying. I got this game. I have an ogre sitting on my hill all game. I'm going to have the best game of my life. And yeah, he played spectacular. I mean, there's really not much else to say. He was absolutely dominating. Mineski had some time where they were kind of turning the game around. I think if they'd gotten that rush, we could have seen a different tide, different like tied to the game. Yeah, but Abed, what a beast.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, I think I feel like we've seen this a few times when I can't remember who else played the quad. There was another really good quad game where they do have
Ben-Hur. Not the first game, but the second game that they had.
Yeah, I think not only that one, but also I remember in a year as well, we've seen it a few times where if you just secure this Queen of Pain, this really good lane at the start, they just have this massive impact on the game that is very hard to sort of match with any other hero just because of the concept of the Queen of Pain. You know, you have this blink, you have this jump ability, and this insane amount of burst very early on. And when you're against the right lineup, like this lineup that Mineski had, that other than the Tide, for the most part, did have sort of these squishier heroes, even the squishier cores like the Mirana. It's just incredibly punishing. And anytime you have someone as proficient on the hero like Abed, who is definitely one of the best queens, and I just don't know how you have any sort of hope of turning it around, even though it did look like they were going
They were almost, yeah.
They
were a bit. They were pretty good. And I think that just as a whole is because I still think that Mineski as a 5-man are the better team and because they've just been playing a bit more together. You know, as I said, the roster for Fnatic with Abed is a little newer, and that will come in time. So yeah, for sure. They overall there was still that sort of always that worry that Mineski were going to pull together as a 5-man and threaten the chance of Fnatic winning. But it didn't quite get there, and Abed throws a massive spanner in the works at the Roshan pit, and pretty much GG from there.
Yeah, I believe. Well, do you want to ban out the Ogre Magi or the Queen of Pain? I think is the question.
I think you actually ban out the Queen. Yeah. If you're that worried, it depends on your hero in the mid lane. Obviously, they wanted to run the Mirana because they were doing the Warlock and the Earth Spirit, this high magical team fight. Then I'm pretty sure a lot of the times when we have seen Mirana, Queen of Pain has been banned because it is a matchup that is pretty nasty, and you throw a second support into that mid lane and it's pretty much unplayable.
Yeah, poor Mirana. We have a draft for game number 3 as well, so we'll see.
I think this game you don't ban Envy's heroes as much.
Yeah.
I think I keep wanting to say 3rd, 4th ban, but now it's in the 4th, 5th ban. You want to ban out the Queen of Pain. I think it was just
they did that in the first game.
Yeah,
so,
I think
so
you have to do
they
that.
knew. But Ogre is going to Mineski this time, it seems, so they got that going for them.
Yep.
All right. Oh, and so there's an Ogre Magi pick for the Radiant side. And in terms of bans, there's not that much difference. We have the Omni Knight, Winter Wyvern, and Bane on the side of Mineski, and the Night Stalker, Puck, and Tiny on the side of Fnatic.
So,
switched around. Ogre for Mineski this time, so we'll see that. We'll see the same kind of thing happen around the mid lane. So let's see how they make the adjustments. So right away, they pick Clockwork so they can kind of match that Ogre's rotations, is what that tells me. We don't know if it's going to be core or if it's going to be support, but more than likely, it is going to be that support Clockwork to just run around and match wherever the Ogre does decide to go.
I hope so. But we did see Fnatic was the team that yesterday had Clockwork played by Ohio.
Yes, that's why.
That's
why I was saying it could still be both, but all right, well, I guess we don't know yet now.
No.
So maybe they'll do the Undying to match the Ogre, and that could be a Clockwork offlane. Ohio does like playing those different type of offlane.
Yeah, and yesterday, I mean, it's Fnatic has a different style as well, where you have Abed and Envy are basically very greedy.
Yes.
Not allowing Ohio to be that greedy, so Clockwork is a really good hero for Ohio at that point because he's not going to get that much farm anyway.
Yeah, Clockwork got a slight change. He's still the same until he's got max cogs. Max cogs are no longer 3 hits anymore, they're 2 hits. It does hurt a little bit for the later instances when you catch people and grab them. And Mineski, look what they do. They're like, that was a good strat. I like Ogre.
Let's do that too.
I like Ogre Queen of Pain in the mid lane.
Nana's like, good. I got destroyed by that previous game. Yeah. I want to return the favor.
He's like, I didn't get to play Dota. I want to play Dota now. Let's let me play Dota.
In the first 2, is that? Are you worried for that? Because it's very obvious now, right?
I guess it's a little bit early to reveal, but I think at the same time too, you can.
Otherwise, you have to ban it. So if you want it, you probably have to pick it first.
I think you can also switch the lanes. We've seen some people run. I mean, I don't want to say it always, but you can run safe lane QoP. You can run off lane QoP. We've seen Liquid throw the Queen of Pain off lane several times in the Europe region. So we'll see what adjustments they make based off the draft comes out. But yeah, it looks like they want to just kind of follow the similar strategy too. And they already see Clockwork and Undying, right? So Clockwork Undying, very little disables for the Queen of Pain, so it does open the game up for that. Fnatic bans out the Monkey King. And now Mineski has much more liberty Much more freedom to see what they want to ban in the fourth and fifth if they do want to take out
10 seconds
Envy's heroes again, or just still focus. I think still maybe focus on Abed, because Envy did struggle a lot that last game, even though Abed was tearing it through.
Yeah. Actually, I guess if you have if you're Mineski and you have Ogre Magic Queen of Pain, you have 2 flies with 1 stone, or 2 birds with 1 stone rather.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you shut down Abed and you give Nana just a really good lane.
Yeah.
At the same time, so that it, and as said, that is the driving force of Fnatic, and it has been for the games that we've seen so far, where Abed is really the shining star. Even in the games that Fnatic has looked shaky, Abed is normally the one that still performs. As Medusa gets banned out on the side of Mineski. And we have, next to the Monkey King, the Phantom Lancer removed by Fnatic.
That's all 3 bans going out on the Medusa in all 3 games, right? Or all 3 games they've...
All the 3 games Medusa has been banned out, I think.
So they just don't want to play versus that Medusa. Okay. The PL ban, I think it's a similar concept as why they grabbed the Queen of Pain versus Clockwork Undying. Very minimal disables between these 2.
Yeah, Fnatic was the one banning out Medusa in the first game, by the way.
Fnatic actually banned the first game.
Yeah. Okay. But the other 2 games were of this one and the previous one are all by Mineski.
And Undying still has a 0% win rate in Dreamleague.
Is it actually 0? Did they not win 1 game?
I think it's 0.
You have the pad.
I can check.
Look it up.
I know it lost majority, but we'll see if they can make it work this time around.
The Terrorblade gets banned out by Mineski.
Oh, no, I think it won. I did win 1 game. I remember a Nature's Prophet Undying game that it did win.
Yeah.
But we'll see just to make sure. It's very low. That's for sure. I've seen it lose quite a lot.
What do you make of this so far, Owen?
10 seconds remaining.
I kind of get why they took the Quap and the Ogre, but I think it's very early to beat the Queen. Like I know the Queen of Pain is very strong, but sort of revealing that, hey, we're gonna throw these 2 mid. I think that's kind of cocky from Mineski, and I think Fnatic can punish it. So I think we're unlikely to see sort of Mineski have the same impact with the Quap this game as Abed did with the Quap last game, but we'll see.
How would you have Fnatic deal with it?
Just make sure that they get loads of more catch, and already they're doing that with the Beastmaster, and also make sure that you put Envy, and to be fair, Abed as well, on 2 heroes that don't really care about the Queen of Pain, and there are a lot of tanky cores. There are a lot of heroes that certainly do a lot better against the Queen of Pain than the 2 cores that Abed was fortunate enough to play it against last game. So.
Undying won 3 games.
Undying won 3 games out of?
11.
Out of 11? Oh, that's only Dreamleague?
Yes.
3 out of 11?
It's a 36% win rate. So maybe it's 4 games out of 11. That sounds more right. So Jakiro gets picked up from Mineski. This was banned out previously. We've seen what Ninja Boogie can do on the hero. He's really dominant with his ice paths, at least in the day.
His positioning is spot on.
Yeah. Works really well. It's a pushing hero. And it's very strong. Strong supports coming out. Jakiro.
With the Beastmaster picked up by Fnatic, by the way, it does mean that this Clockwork is a support, is Undying is a support. It's very... it's fairly greedy, I feel, and it's all melee so far.
All melee and no real... I mean, sure, Beastmaster Roar is a stun, but it's not like guaranteed lockdown for Queen of Pain, who's pretty elusive.
So are you liking this? Or is it like... Because they're also very beefy?
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned, to be honest. Like triple melee.
Ooh.
So, okay, so they do go for Abed's Invoker here, but okay, that's...
They're set up for stun strikes.
That's an Invoker versus a Queen of Pain Ogre, though.
Yeah.
Sure, there's gonna be it's gonna be dual lanes in the mid lane, 100%.
Yeah,
that's what we got. Versus Undying Invoker, yeah. So
10 seconds remaining.
Okay. And then they do have stun strike setups both from the Cogs early game as well as the Beastmaster Roar once that gets out.
Yeah, I think that Clockwork can go to the mid lane as well then.
No, the Clock will be on offlane. You got the Undying mid.
Undying mid,
as Fog said.
Undying and Invoker versus Ogre Queen. Yeah.
Oh, he's hiding behind. Oh, I didn't see that.
Abaddon.
Okay, we had an Abaddon at Dreamleague in NA.
Liquid drafted.
Oh,
yeah, Kuro played it in the game.
So EG played it one game, and that's when they snowballed. That was the game where like 1 kill happened, and they pretty much took the whole game with this tiny Abaddon combo. The Abaddon in this game, though, what it tells me is can shield to remove Beastmaster Roar. Pretty damn good.
I guess it will be Ice Baden as well.
Yeah, and that's a very disruptive hero, which it matches Ice Ice's playstyle.
Yeah, and it's perfect for Ice because even if you do dive too far, you still have your ultimate to back you up.
Yep.
And your shields. So we are looking for a Envy hero and for a Mushi hero.
Yeah.
Radiant team
leaving the 2 cores last. The Vengeful Spirit is banned out by Fnatic.
One of Mushi's most played.
What do you feel like these cores need to be able to do? Like, how fast do they need to be? In terms of going online to fight. How greedy can they be?
I don't think Fnatic wants to pick another greedy with Invoker. I personally don't think that would be a great idea. And they need to be able to hit buildings as well, because they have Beastmasters. They need something that uses the Beastmaster aura, in my opinion, on the side of Fnatic. While on the side of Mineski, I think they have a pretty kind of open option. They kind of want something that transitions, though. So maybe they could look at something like the Venomancer again.
Was Tiny still in the pool, or did he get banned?
No, he got banned.
He got banned in the first 3.
I can't see.
Yeah. Mineski is going to ban out first. The Gyrocopter obviously is still in the pool, which probably will be... it's a decent ban for Mineski at the moment.
Yeah.
But Mineski also has first pick, so they
might want it.
They might want it themselves.
Unless they do something crazy and throw like a bat in safe lane and pick some kind of like Timber Saw, because Timber is really good this game versus Clockwork, Undying, and Beastmaster.
That's probably some... Oh, they ban out Lifesteal.
So that might mean they want that Gyro.
Or they're okay with dealing with the Gyro. The shields can get rid of the missiles. But Flat Cannon is still going to be really annoying, but...
Was it Mineski the other day that did safe lane Centaur? It was, wasn't it?
Yes, yes, it was.
You feel like that's a good one for this game?
Fnatic's turn.
Ooh, safe lane Slardar.
Safe lane Slardar.
You got the blink stunner, the blink, the playmaker that Mineski do like this.
This is just their playstyle. It's different than the other regions that we've been seeing, and I think this is the third or fourth game I want to say that Mushi's played it. I know I didn't get to watch all the SEA games recently, but I know people were telling me that Mushi had played it a couple of times in the recent games.
Yeah, they have done that before with success as well.
Yeah, and they won those games. I think both games they won, right? Or at least one of them.
At least one of them.
Okay.
Well, I want to say 2 out of 3 games they played like that.
So I'm just looking at some heroes that were picked. If anything else got changed.
What was the final ban of Fnatic?
The Fnatic banned out the Vengeful Spirit.
Yes.
Oh.
And Fnatic themselves. I mean, we already mentioned the Gyrocopter is still in the pool that Envy likes to play.
I think that might be why Mineski picked Slardar to deal with that Gyro, because you can just close the gap.
Yeah.
And then this gives them Roshan potential too for Mineski.
So does that mean that they might not want to play Gyro anymore? They'll go for something else?
I think they might just pick it anyway if that's their...
I think Gyro...
Quick pace.
Yeah.
Flash Farmer. Envy style.
Well, they're taking into their bonus down quite heavily.
They've only got 5 seconds left.
Yeah, and it's a Razor.
Okay. Oh, that's a really nice lane for Razor versus Abaddon.
Yeah, that's a nice counter, that.
Quick pace, similar kind of concept as the Gyro. You can't flash farm as hard, but you are very early with your item timings.
The shield does get rid of the static link, yeah?
No.
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 Oh, rip.
Wait, so who's going to be helping Razor in that safe lane?
I would imagine that would be Clockwork, or they're going to leave. They're probably, because both Beastmaster, Invoker, and Razor, all 3 of those cores are very self-sufficient, and we already know that there's going to be one needed in mid to deal with that Ogre Magi, and maybe Beastmaster gets the Undying. Maybe Razor's just going to be very lonesome.
Yeah, I think they might just run around with the 2 heroes.
Yeah.
I think there's really little catch on Fnatic. I'm liking Mineski's lineup, even though I don't really like safe lane Slardar. I like what they've got going here.
What do you think, Owen?
I don't know. I think Abed's on something today. I think he's going to absolutely knock it out of the park on this Invoker. I think I've seen so many times where just sort of post 30 minutes and Invoker just blows up a Queen of Pain, like she's just swats her out of the way. I believe in Abed here. I think Invoker's good. I'm surprised we don't see it as much as it is, and in the hands of someone who knows what he's doing, I think he can single-handedly win a game. He did it on Quap, and I think he's going to do it again on the Invoker this game.
Fun? You're sticking with Mineski?
Yep.
You're good. I'm going for Mineski this game as well. Mostly because I think I was really good on Invoker, but I think the Ogre Queen of Pain is gonna do it this time. But let's find out who's gonna make it to the winners bracket finals and who is gonna drop down to the lower bracket with Luminous and Charlie Yang.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game 3 between Mineski and Fnatic. I'm Good Cop Lumi.
I'm Bad Cop Charlie, and welcome to the last arc of Eternal Envy's anime story.
Yep. Will he continue to get bullied with his friend Pylai Dai? Or will the
He stopped the bullying. He stopped the bullying last game.
Yeah, he got his buddy to stop the bullying, but right now it's not about the physical threat, you know. The last arc is always about the mental, you know. Is he gonna be confident enough now to ward off future bullies?
By himself?
By himself.
No,
you gotta grow up as a big boy.
This is a game of friends. This is a game of friends, and Razor is not the star of the show.
Dude, I mean, Razor's gonna have a good lane matchup against Abaddon. That's something that we haven't said at all about Envy, right? Remember Game 1 literally got bullied as a safe lane void. Game 2 wasn't the best against Leicester versus a Tide. This one, he actually has a lane matchup advantage against the Abaddon. In fact, the Abaddon's dodging.
Yeah, they're going to put the Slardar up there.
So Mushi Slardar, they played it 3 times. Won 2 of them, lost 1. The build is relatively similar. You go Blink. You go Power Treads Blink, and then you go for a damage item. Generally, you either go Echo Saber or MOM, and then you go from there. Most of the time, you get a BKB, sometimes you get a heart, sometimes you whatever the game suits.
Sure, I think he's probably going to need a BKB this game. It doesn't help versus the Razor or the Beastmaster, but I think if he doesn't get it against like Clock or Invoker, he's just going to have a rough time.
I could see an argument for Linken's too, depending on, because it's so good against Razor and Beastmaster.
I dislike.
Oh, well, we shall see. In the mid lane, we are going to see a Rogue Sunstrike for the range creep. Okay, that's a little weird, but...
Isn't the range creep just not as important this time around?
No, it isn't. But we did see him Sonic Wave 2 creep, so the man is serious about getting his last hits.
Thought you had that, didn't you?
Looks like we are going to have a quick lane swap as the Undying is now walking up top. The 2 friends forever. Pylai Dai and Envy in safe lane.
Trying to be the bullies this time.
I mean, Pylai Dai's got 28 strength right now. He's one strong man.
Yeah, I think Fnatic is still okay with this. They didn't get the Abaddon matchup that they wanted, but I think Envy is perfectly fine going up against the Slardar.
Yeah, but that also means Ohio is going to get the 1v1 Abaddon matchup bottom, which is not a good matchup for him. In fact, I would say this is a very terrible matchup. Like, what do you do against Curse of Everness?
I guess you just have to use your boars really intelligently.
Yeah.
Hit him after he pops the shield so you can run away.
You did say that last game he basically 1v3, right? So
yeah, I mean, I think this is doable for Ohio.
Okay, Pylai Dai in a lot of trouble. Needs to get a 2-man decay, only gets the 1. First blood goes to Ninja Boogie, the rune goes to Jabs, and Ninja Boogie as well. So off to a great start is Mineski.
ISSS has TP back.
Oh, what happened there?
He just had to TP to his tower. He was in a bad position. If he wanted to get out of that, he would have had to pop his mango. So yeah, I don't think this is actually that bad for Beastmaster. He's ahead right now.
All right. Mid lane, DJ is rotating in. I don't think there's any kill attempt, but Blink has been spent. Moon thinks he's getting a kill, but here comes DJ on the back line. Battery Assault getting channel. Nice 2-man cog here as well. I don't think Abed could turn around. You know, he will to lay off a couple of right clicks, but I don't think there will be any kills. And that will be it.
Yeah, and Invoker is not doing bad.
CS relatively similar in the mid lane. Abed is slightly behind, but Invoker will catch back up.
Oh, Envy
gets off the link, has 6 magic stick charges, trying to bait them in. And there's a nice big slow rip as well. Mushi losing a ton of his HP. Ninja Boogie, oh my god, look at them hits.
Mushi might be in trouble. No. It's going to sprint out there.
Yeah. Top lane, neither of the carries farming well. And strangely, it's the Beastmaster, who I thought was going to have a tough lane, has the highest CS in the game right now.
Yeah, Ohio's just...
He's a beast on this hero. No
he's a beast
intended.
on Beastmaster?
Yeah. He's got the micro. I really like his mid-game play. I know last game we gave a lot of credit to the game-saving Abed, but for a lot of the mid-game, it was him finding Moon over and over again, right? Like with the Beastmaster, so...
Yeah, very correct. I think if he hadn't done that, you know, that might have looked like a very different game.
Yeah. I mean, Moon pretty much was a non-factor from start to finish.
Yeah, he did not exist in that game at all.
Right.
We have a double damage on Jabs over here, strolling over to Abed, but sees that.
Abed is actually falling really far behind in terms of experience. I know that the Undying / Clock also sapped a bit of his EXP, but at the same time he's...
Well, Moon also got some solo XP for a while when Jabs went bottom.
He's also getting denied, he's getting zoned out. Here comes Jabs on the back line. Blinks forward, Abed does not have any way. Ooh, nice ice wall. In fact, the tower help up. Jabs gonna turn around for a solo kill. Abed? Excuse me? Why is he so good?
He's the cool guy with the blonde hair.
Yeah, he is. Or black hair.
No, he's got blonde hair right now.
Sure, he is. All right, now I've saw into the future. Moon, don't know if you want to fight against this Force Spirit. Bottom side of the map, DJ's hanging out. DJ's been somewhat stranded. I feel like there's not really a good lane for him to participate in ganks and kills.
I think if there's a kill lane, it's actually top.
Yep. Mushi bailing out his friend, but this top lane is also going quite poorly for the Slaughter.
Yeah, the laning stage, I'd say right now, Fnatic are the big winners.
Yep. I think Ice being the fact that he's got the safe lane farm, I want to say that he should be going for like phase Midas, or do you personally not like that build?
Phase for sure.
Less so on the Midas?
Less so on the Midas. I don't know. It's so weird because right now Mineski is basically losing all their lanes. Queen of Pain is doing okay, but I mean Abed basically just got a solo kill in a 2v1 situation. So somebody on Mineski needs to do something right now.
They are trying. I hear a Sunstrike. It's going on the bottom side. I believe that was a Beastmaster roar into a Abaddon ult, essentially.
Yes. Ice just ults it off. Nothing happens, but you know, in the end, I think the onus is on Mineski to make things happen in this game. Or else Invoker will probably, like, late game, I don't think there's going to be a hero that matches it.
Yep. Never mind about the late game, but let's talk about the mid game for a second, because in about 10 minutes, I could envision a Beastmaster with Shadowblade in your jungle again. Exactly the same way that Ohio did it last game. And because Slardar is having such a rough top lane, I don't think he can apply any pressure by, you know, picking up an early blink. So
I agree. He doesn't have like in most situations you want to be able to blink, crush, amp the Invoker, and the rest of your team goes on him.
Right.
But right now the rest of your team is kind of far behind.
Well, they are sending a big gank party, but Mushi is going to run right into DJ. DJ, if he cogs him right now, and he does, Abed has a Sunstrike, will lob it out. Mushi just hands him a silver platter of another free kill. Abed says, thank you very much, I'll take it. Moon, no Sonic Wave, but playing very aggressively as if he does. And we'll take off Abed's clarity. Top lane, they're going to swoop around for Envy now.
I don't think they can even kill him.
Nope, they cannot. Meanwhile, bottom lane looks like the Abaddon ult has been triggered once again.
Moon got very low there, almost died solo to Abed. And this is usually when you're Queen of Pain against Invoker, you want to be able to use your early levels and bully him out. But at this point, like, he just doesn't have that possibility. Now you're a Queen of Pain playing from behind, and
yeah,
that feels so bad.
When you say early levels, you kind of mean like level
1 to 3.
Yeah,
1 to 3.
The level 2 Shadow Strike and just kind of go on him.
Yeah, but now like that possibility doesn't exist anymore. You're gonna get, if you walk up to try and do anything to the Invoker, you're going to get cold snapped. Yeah, so, like, even though it looked like Moon had the advantage there, he knows he has to back off.
Well, we're going to see a kill attempt here. Another nice ice wall on top of Moon. Here comes a TP ice path on Abed as well. Abed still going to be fine. Sonic Wave, though, will get the kill, but Envy comes in and cleans up. That's going to be one. Jabs will just pour it out. Wait. Almost had enough damage to force out a secondary kill. That's just a clean 1-for-1 trade. Bottom lane, Tombstone deployed here against Ice, but Ice got his ultimate. In fact, he's going to just try to take down Tombstone. Pops the ult. Here comes the Mushi TP. Ohio now getting pinged out. He has Roar for himself.
I don't think Ohio should be in too much danger. He still has Pi there.
They have Sunstrike as well. Where's the Sunstrike? It's going to come through a tad bit late.
I mean, if you look at Mushi doesn't even have treads right now.
Yeah,
he's not even level 6. I don't know what he really intends to accomplish here.
Well, I think it's like you said, like his team is just having so much trouble everywhere that he needs to be the one that's moving around to help people out. Because he's probably the most equipped hero to use though, right, with Sprint?
Sure, but these are very low percentage ganks. Like, his method of initiation is sprint and try and run at you really fast.
Sometimes it'll work, but so far it hasn't.
Well, he's trying to make another attempt right now.
All right. Blink Crush, but the nice cold snap. Got a little bit greedy with that first right click, and now it's going to be Envy coming on the back. Hello, Mushi. Keeping a perfect amount of distance away from the Crush, but close enough for the Link to continue to go on.
And while Moon did get that kill on Abed, like, he had to die for it. And Queen of Pain is one of those heroes where, like, you're meant to dominate early.
Yep.
If you don't want the trade's not good for you if you're trading with like a late game hero.
DJ now gonna get caught out, and again Mushi's actually level 5 compared to the level 6 Clockwork, and he feeds another solo kill to DJ. DJ says, see ya, I'm out of here. Any Fire Blast level? No Fire Blast. DJ grabs the 1v2 trade and makes it home, courtesy of the Sunstrike obviously, but right now I think Mineski is getting bullied back.
This is the
pretty hard, dude.
This is the final arc, Lumi.
I mean, it's the final arc, and has Envy really shown up? Yeah, I mean, he's part of a couple.
No, he's definitely shown. Dude, Envy is top net worth of his team right now.
Okay, he's really showed up.
He's making the transition.
Yep. All right.
And you know, the most farmed hero on Mineski, Ice, he's just quietly farming away on that bottom lane.
He does have the Midas.
He does have the Midas, but you know, if any of the viewers are asking yourself why doesn't Ice do anything, it's because he can't really. He's an Abaddon. The most he can do is really try and TP to lanes in reaction to something.
Yep.
But he can't really apply pressure anywhere except for his own lane.
Paladai runs into a smoke gank. It's kind of how he scripted up. He just wants to tank all these smoke ganks. Will die. And of course, a good Paladai fashion says, here's a freebie. Tombstone gets dropped, but here comes Envy now. Ninja Boogie will lay the ice path in front of him. The Sunstrike on point. Envy will pick up the kill. Fnatic rolling.
Dire's top tower
you know,
is under attack.
Despite all of this, the net worth, I would have actually thought the net worth lead would be a little bigger, but it's just under 1K.
Yep. But I think it gets worse soon because...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, look at the way that Ohio's playing. He's in your jungle right now. He's going to pick up the Shadow Blade, so we've seen what happened with that courier. Looks like it'll be fine. And the farming area is going to get very constricted very fast, but they're going to try to pick off Ohio. Ohio moving very fast, but here comes Moon with the haste, and they can use the Beastmaster Roar and try to TP out, and that's going to be the play, but Ice Path going to make that attempt look silly. They do get off the Ohio kill.
All right, that's something for Mineski. But they do need to make
bottom side.
happen.
DJ hooks right in against Ninja Boogie. Sunstrike's going to be there, and that's going to be another kill. I was worried for DJ, but he's looking pretty good, but might have trouble making it out now. He's going to TP home.
Mushi right now is just wasting more time. He's not really that one position slaughter anymore. He's gone for that.
He's a 3 now.
Yeah, the Tranquil Boots is going to save up for his dagger. Just be that sort of initiation tool.
Yep. Well, you know, before Ice moved back to SCA and formed his own team Faceless, he did have a brief stint playing the carry role for eHome back when he was in China. So the man knows how to carry. He's queued up the Radiance. He needs to be essentially the frontal tank and the damage healer, so this is probably the best build for him. Mushi gonna run right in to DJ and takes away the bounty room. Mushi, despite all his trouble, is also almost a blink, so I think we're beginning to see Mineski to make a comeback.
Yeah, for sure. Invoker is going to take a little while to get online. And it's actually lower net worth than the Queen of Pain right now. But he does have the Midas.
And likely he's going to just be safe in the jungle. Like, it's going to be really hard for Mineski to find him unless they do like a dedicated...
Uh-oh. Mushi, if he gets spot here by DJ, he's likely dead with a Sunstrike.
I think. Vision check. They see him. Clockwork Hook comes in. Sunstrike queued up. And bang. That's going to be a kill. Abed has been actually having some trouble last hitting with a Sunstrike, but this time he does. Picks off a bit more gold and experience across the map.
Smoke gank up to Envy top.
All right, Envy. Very tanky. Pops the drums, pops the phase, moving out. Pylai comes in, heals up his friend. Will tank the gank for his team again. Everybody needs a Pylai in their life.
Oh man, Pylai is the ultimate. What is the term for the guy that gets bullied?
I don't know. A masochist?
No.
He's doing it voluntarily. He's like,
yeah, but yeah. I don't think he's enjoying it though. That's what a masochist is.
I see. I mean, I actually think, in terms of a team strategical thing, like they enjoyed that the way that turned out, right? Like, that was fine for them.
Yeah, sure.
But to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know what that term is called. Mushi aggressively in the enemy jungle, searching for the Abed. Or Abed, excuse me. Abed is already on the other side of the jungle, so he's fine.
Yeah. Mineski really needs to get more done with those smoke ganks. They have to... What they really want to do is find that Invoker, but... He's doing a really good job understanding his role in this game and just avoiding them. It's just taking the safe farm in those jungle camps. It is a bit slower, but you know...
Safety first.
Yes. Scan comes out.
Looking to run away. The link is going to get applied, and as long as they make sure that they save a stun for his TP, it should be fine. Ice will get up a ton of HP, but I don't think it matters at all. As now Envy has a ton of damage. The bully push back. Top lane, Ohio. Sunstrike's going to be there. Oh, they hug like friends. Friends counter Sunstrike. And now the friends answer back against Ohio. Highlight going to port in. Highlight says, I'm pulling other supports as well. The Flesh Golem will keep him safe.
You know, this is definitely like the end of the anime story when the ultimate like bullying victim gets to kill himself.
Yeah. Is that karma? Is that justice? Oh! All right. So as you said earlier, trades are not good.
And that's not even a trade.
That's not even a trade. Top lane, Pylai. He should be fine. He's got a ton of creep next to him. In fact, one of them being a Centaur.
No, I think that's just Nana feeling the pressure of this game not going the way that they need it to. And so he feels like he has to do more.
Do you think that's a little bit of a tilt too, or?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a tilt.
Yeah. Because even if he got the kill, let's suppose that he did get the kill, and then he died there, I still don't think that was the best for him.
No, definitely not.
So
Abed almost is 1k away from his Agnum Scepter.
Yep. Death tax. And once you pick up the Agnum Scepter, you get to, obviously...
Then you're a real boy.
Yeah, you're a real boy. You also get to split push much more effectively because you can cycle through your spells better in team fights as well. So it's just a nice added benefit. And of course, even though he's farming like that, because of the way that Fnatic has drafted, he is still participating in a ton of kills.
Yeah,
setting up for the clock and the Beastmaster.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All he needs to do.
Speaking of the setup, mid lane we have Fnatic heroes roaming in. Ohio in the Shadow Blade, just looking for a pick.
Scanning.
He's not gonna find one, but I mean, Fnatic is the one applying pressure when it's Mineski that needs to do so.
Yep.
I think this really just comes back to the fact that they didn't win their laning phase.
Well, I think they didn't win specifically Slaughter's lane, right? Because imagine if Slaughter has a bigger game. I think he would be more of a menace looking for picks, like the same way that Ohio is. But Mushi's struggling very hard. 0-4-1. And now, of course, it won't be a Fnatic game without a Roshan sneak. And they're going to have Aegis on an Abed.
Yeah. It's looking pretty good for them right now. With this Roshan, Abed will also get his Agnems.
Oh no, they're going to get one more. Jab's going to come in. Beastmaster Roar is going to be their Sunstrike. Immediately channel up. That's going to be a kill. Aegis, a kill. Oh! And now they find a two-man cog. They won't have the Sunstrike, but do they have Meteor? They have nothing, actually. Cold Snap's going to get used. Cold Snap earn on Mushi. Mushi might die. Mushi will die. Abed, double kill right now. And is he going to hang around for this rune? He's thinking about it.
Oh, Moon just picked up his Orchid. Oh no, premature.
Worthy tribute.
All right, well, Abed will roll away.
Yeah, this game is rapidly slipping out of Mineski's control, as if they, you know, had any control to begin with. Shikiro picks up the Force Staff. Going to be very useful against the Clockwork, helping out his cores and getting out of those calls.
Mid lane, jump in here for Abed. Abed, blink, strike, Sunstrike, Meteor though. Oh my goodness, jabs. Thanks for the free kill, and he might actually just survive against Mushi. That's a straight up 1v2. Moon's gonna come back in, but no. Abed says, I don't care, I still have Aegis. Won't get so ripped up, has the magic wand as well. Jesus Christ, this guy is so good.
I don't think Mineski just doesn't have the net
damage.
Worth. Yeah, they don't have the net worth, the damage to do anything to this guy. Slardar he has no damage items. Was forced to go Tranquil Boots instead of Treads. He's gonna go for that Force Staff as well.
I believe the last time we seen the Abed Invoker was when they played it against TNC. Not in this event, but in one of the other qualifiers where both games he went over like 15 kills. And history is seemingly to repeat himself. He is currently 6-1-8. BOT's online already if he wants it. And let the split pushing begin.
And this anime arc is looking real dark for Mineski right now.
I mean, they are painted as the villains, which may be a little bit unjustly. But now Mushi looking to set up a kill up top here. Will cancel the TP if it has vision. It was nighttime. And Envy makes it up. Clockwork Hook. Now, Ice is very tanky, but he will need to pop that ult very soon. Nope, he's going to just run to the safety of his teammates. He'll be okay.
Oh, the net on the Jakiro?
I don't know if they want to run through that fire. And for now, they'll be okay. Abed ports in with his BOT. But looks like they won't be able to find too much.
Instead, Mineski's going to transition this into a top tower push.
And this is where the very farm Abaddon is actually quite good with the Curse.
Radiance?
Yeah, and the Radiance. Like, you just him beating on a tower, that Bloodlust too. He will take that tower very quickly.
Some progress from Mineski, but they definitely need more here. How is Nana doing? Okay, so he's working on that Linken's right now.
Yep. Linken's, once again, a very decent choice. block some of the most dangerous spells on the other side. At the same time, it's not the end-all be-all. There's still ways to lock you down, even through the Linken's.
Invoker has about, 4 other spells that he can use to hurt you.
Oh, you think we're going to see some, what do you call it, Cataclysm?
I think we're definitely going to see some Cataclysm.
Cataclysm, sorry.
Do you think...
We're going to see the full combo?
Here's the question. Do you think the Queen of Pain also has to go BKB?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, and that's a really dark place that you're in when you're forced to go Linken's BKB on a hero like Quap.
I mean, Quap is, I think, one of the heroes that could...
is most okay with it, but nobody's really...
Nobody really wants to queue into Dota games like, yep, Linken's BKB this one.
That's my item.
Yeah. Because
she has to do damage this game. It can't just be the Abaddon.
Yeah.
She needs to get like a Jolner or maybe a Sheep Stick or something.
Sure. I mean, the scary thing is that if they really want to kill Abaddon, they can. Like, all they have to do is complete that Silver Edge on Ohio, and then hit him once and roar, and his ult won't trigger. Or at least won't trigger passively. But top lane, they're going to find the hook, find the stun. DJ trying to bail out his team, but his team already died so fast. But here comes the combo. Moon will blink out of it. Abed did not connect the stun, but they will cold snap him on the way out. That's going to be 1 kill. Jabs will make it out on the top. It's going to be Mushi, a horde of zombies chasing. No, they're not actually keeping up.
No, the canceling is blink.
Yeah, the canceling is blink. And now it's going to be Ice on the run, but his team has forsaken him. And he'll pop that ult, but nobody cares. They'll hang around, keep draining the damage, and Envy striking right back. Look at this man's deeps. It's like he has a rapier. And Fnatic really flexing their muscle at this point.
Yeah, they're doing real well here. Ice is that final boss. They took out all his minions and they could just focus on him.
And of course, true to minions, some of them just runs away, right? They don't stay with the boss.
Yeah, they're too scared. They can't do anything right now.
Tier 2 is gonna go down. Which actually, I know we're talking about dark anime timelines for Mineski, but real life timeline wise, they just flew a 6-hour flight to China, and they're gonna, yeah, they play one best of 3 here. They need to play another best of 3 against TNC.
If they win that, they play another against Fnatic again.
Yeah, that's a lot of games after a flight.
Yeah, a flight to a foreign country as well.
Well, not just any foreign country.
The darkest foreign country.
The darkest foreign country of them all, China. So. All right, big Sunstrike coming through and a Tombstone. Mushi melted immediately. Now Bet jumping forward, finding Jabs. Jabs, second one to go down. Can they find more? Ninja Boogie, rocketed up, visions being provided. Abed's got a Blink Dagger if he wants to go in. Nice jukes. Blinks forward, applying that ice wall. That's going to be a triple. Nope, Ohio says OutKS that one. And at this point, Fnatic is just styling.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like Mineski has an avenue to win this game. I don't know, 5-man crush into ice or
Sonic Wave,
Ice Path, Sonic Wave. Yeah, but barring that, it's hard. Fnatic has to severely overextend or something.
I just want to point out that Abed's got no talent selected, taking us back pre-patch 7, man. Talents for scrubs. Ice jumping in, but need to trigger his ultimate very quickly. Fnatic will reset, regroup. Nice 2-man crush here. Tornado backing his teammate up. Abed striking through. Mushi will just go down. Just trying to initiate for the team. Envy just going in. Now he is the big bully. Ninja Boogie's going to go down. He sees Jabs. Jabs is going to get chased down. No, he just goes away. Ooh, nice 2-man crush coming through. Mushi might actually get the Envy kill. No. Great defensive force staff coming out from his ally. And Fnatic loses nobody. And once again, they will reset.
Meanwhile, though, up top, Nana did take that tower, almost claimed the range rack.
That's actually pretty good. But on the bottom side, Mineski did lose the melee racks. And of course, they did have to buy back on Mushi as well.
Pylai die. Poor Pylai die.
That's fine.
He thought he was out. He was like, they're all far behind me. They're not chasing me. I'm going to make it out for once. And then he sees that TP, and you know that picture of Pi where it looks like all hope is drained out of his eyes?
Yeah. Which pictures? Actually, Pi's got some beautiful eyes.
He really does.
Yeah.
Have you met his brother?
I haven't.
They're both like very handsome men.
Yeah. And that's coming from Charlie. Like you have high ratings on men. That actually came out really wrong. That came out really wrong. What I'm trying to say is, Charlie doesn't say men are pretty very lightly. Like, you know, they got to be really pretty for you to comment that. I remember I was sitting next to the people that do makeup at TI.
Okay.
And because they were doing my makeup.
Right.
We saw Pi on the panel. And they did the close-up on him, and you could see all his eyelashes, and all the
makeup ladies,
makeup artists. They're like, oh my god, I wish I could have his eyelashes. And these are like, you know, like pretty good-looking female, just being jelly of Pi like that. I'm not sure how we got there, but a Sunstrike and Tornado firing off here. Moon on the right side will blink away, but what's not so lucky is Jabs stuck there. Mushi trying to make himself out of there as well. Sunstrike, bang! Mushi, you are going home one way or another. Ice, ice, ice. Oh, he's got his ultimate, but another good ice wall, keeping him stuck. DJ with the cogs as well. The ultimate will get triggered on ice, ice, ice. They will take down the final boss. Who's going to get the last hit? Ooh! Yep, they will get the last hit, and of course, credit to Abed. Abed now getting his talents.
He's going to have that Cataclysm soon.
Yep.
That's actually insane. How do they just give him just a bunch of Sunstrikes spawn on every single player on the enemy team?
You mean the talent is like too overpowered?
I don't know. I don't know if it's overpowered because Invoker is generally like a late game hero, but it just sounds ridiculous. You know what I mean?
EMP Tornado on the back line. That's going to be a Jakiro kill. Sunstrike not even necessary there. On the front, that's going to be a nice Clockwork Cog. Traps Ice, Ice, Ice. And again, it doesn't matter if he's gaining health because he's not doing nearly enough damage to utilize that health. Meteor combination going to come through. Double kill beyond Godlike for Envy. Envy beyond Godlike. Now, this is a true conclusion of this anime.
Envy's top net worth right now.
Yeah, dude.
As I say that, Abed just overtakes him, but
Radiant's middle tower
Envy is no longer getting carried here. He is the carrier.
I mean, he also got carried pretty hard, but he did a lot too. The rotation.
He did do a lot.
He rotated in the mid game to back up his buddy Abed.
Radiant structures are
Glyph
fortified.
will get forced out, and Abed. Wait, doesn't he have enough points to take the Cataclysm already?
Yeah, he does.
He took a point in Quas instead. Well, I guess that's why he thinks about Cataclysm. Envy will get the last hit on the building, and now Mineski defending valiantly, even bloodlusting that Rax. Oh yeah, get him big. But not going to be enough, I don't think. DJ, nice amount of spells onto him. He's very, very tanky. Abed coming on the back line. That's a snipe. There's a roar going on to Ninja Boogie. That's a secondary kill. Abed's also beyond Godlike. And he's just running a show, even walking into the fountain. GG's going to get forced out. Mineski will lose the winner bracket finals, best of 3 against Fnatic. They're not out of the event just yet. They will have a date against TNC. But that one, they're playing for their tournament of lives.
Yeah, unfortunate for Mineski there to have to play that match right after they got off a plane, but you know, still credits to Fnatic, credits to how they played in those last 2 games, some real clutch performances out of Abed with that Roshan snipe in game 2, and just solid performances overall from everyone on Fnatic this game. While, you know, we talk about Abed a lot, I feel like everybody on Fnatic really performed here, and we got the great matchup, great rotations, really shut down Mushi, and then DJ all around the map just setting up all those Sunstrike kills, and then in a lane that you said I guess was unfavorable for Ohio, he comes out ahead.
Yeah, I think we've seen Ohio have done that multiple times. I think the other day we saw him play Shaker versus, I want to say a Tide or Brute or Axe or something like that. That was not too favorable for him, and he still came out with the very early blink. So you can't sleep on Fnatic. They got
absolutely not.
They got great cores. They got Abed and Ohio, and they have Envy as well, I guess. But
just an afterthought. They have Envy.
They have Envy, who is the mastermind to pull everybody together.
He's the master. I thought he was the hero of the story. Yep. You can't be the mastermind and like the kid that gets bullied.
Sure,
and eventually, you gotta be one or the other.
Well, we might be gushing on Fnatic a little bit too hard. Let's rein it in. Let's throw it to the panel and see what do you guys think about that game? Was that the true anime storyline? Do you guys like that?
I love that. That Abed Invoker was pretty hype.
I think it was. It was like, as you said, you know, Envy over the series. Sort of, he had like this pretty bad game 1, and then he was sort of getting there in game 2. Abed was the master, and Envy was like, teach me your ways. And then game 3, Envy, he stepped it up, and he played amazing on the Razor. I've seen a fair few Razor games recently where Razors felt incredibly underwhelming, but Envy played it really, really well. He was very active. He was turning up to team fights, and he was incredibly stacked. So Envy did it for me.
I did, in like hindsight, you know, I did choose, I will call myself out, I did choose that Mineski would win, but in hindsight, I look at it again, and right when I stepped back down, I was like, this is actually such a good Razor game. Like, no matter what lane setup they do, if he's versus Slardar, he's going to dominate the Slardar. If he's versus the Abaddon, he's going to have a really good time there. And just leading into that one, yeah, it's just such a good setup for Envy to have a great time. And I mean, Abed, some of the plays that came out, though, in that laning phase were unbelievable. His Ice Wall usage, his Cold Snaps, and then I mean, I don't know if everybody noticed that one play that he did when the Queen of Pain blinks in onto him. He actually swapped his boots out for the Raindrop, and the Raindrop blocks the Scream damage. Like, that was, honestly, like, those kind of like quick little decision-making plays from him were absolutely unbelievable. That's why he's 10K.
Yeah, I mean, they're game-changing. He makes game-changing plays, which we also saw already in the second game. And he got bullied by the Ogre Magi as well. In previous game, we saw how strong an Ogre Magi Queen of Pain lane could be, but this time, sure, he had himself a clock. Well, at first on Undying, but in the end, he had himself a clock on the lane as well, but he did incredibly well. I actually was surprised that the Abaddon, who was top of net worth for such a long time for Ice, he couldn't, like, he had a good lane. He had basically the only good lane for Mineski. How come he couldn't make more things happen?
I'm an Abaddon. I feel like it's the problem at the end of the day.
They didn't have a carry. I mean, he was the carry. They had a Slardar off lane pretty much.
I'm sure Abaddon's annoying. It kind of runs at you. He's got the radiance. He's slowing you down, slowly beating upon you. But when you have this invoker chucking around tornadoes, disabling people left, right, and center, throwing down ice walls. Suddenly there's this Abaddon that sort of doesn't know really where to go in the team fight. You know, Ice is an amazing player, and he did, as you said, he had incredible farm. But a fault of the hero for sure, not the player. In a game like that, you don't do anything if your other cores are struggling as much as they were. You can't.
You have to be. I think you have to be like pretty far ahead as that lineup.
I believe we are talking to Pylai Dai. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, congratulations on the series.
Thanks.
I have a question because for us in Dreamleague, Undying is one of the least successful heroes. It's like a pretty abysmal win rate out of all the times he's picked. But you guys seem to make him work. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you make Undying work for you?
I mean, hopefully you win the lane so hard that their carry becomes a support. I think that's the easiest way to win with Undying. Other than that, you gotta put some tombstones on hills and stuff like that, so it gets more complicated.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
How's the environment playing with all these new guys with Abed and everything?
No, it's good. It's very good. I'm probably the most toxic player in this team. Maybe Envy. I'm not sure. He has the captain duty though, so he's more excused. But they're very, very chill, very, what do you say, happy going. Lucky.
Okay, cool.
In that last game, Pi, where you guys managed to get the Razor in and they had the Slardar and Abaddon as sort of dual cores, how confident did you feel? Because from a draft perspective, surely you guys must have felt pretty good at the end of that draft.
No, I did.
Yeah.
The only thing I was worried about, because we just played Ogre Queen, right?
Yeah.
And that was a disaster for them. So like I was a little bit worried, like what was gonna happen. But in the end, they go 4 heroes and then they die. It's a solo invoker, so it turned out to
It turned out more than alright indeed. When in that second game, when Abed made that play on this Queen of Pain in the Roche pit, what was it like for you guys?
No, it was just Emmy was like 0-6 lifesteal or something. He dies again. He just always like, all right, we have to steal the Aegis. We have to. And then we're just Ohio like just runs out, and then Albert saves the
It's like, I got you, fam.
Yeah.
Just go in.
I don't know. It's Queen of Pain has her ulti, right? So usually we can kind of it's a skillful play.
Yeah.
So it was just nice. It was good.
Yeah,
I'm happy to have him in my team.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was great games to watch as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. You're gonna get a break because we'll be seeing you again in the grand finals. And for us, we're gonna look at Mineski versus TNC. You think who you're gonna face in the finals? You think?
I don't know actually. I think Mineski, but honestly, it's like a 50-50. That's what I'm feeling.
Okay.
T-Ben gets some time to prepare. Like it's pretty scary. So we'll see.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a good afternoon, and we'll hopefully talk to you again at the end of the day.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Pi. And that was Pi Lidai from Fnatic, who are now in the grand finals, and we can take a look at the brackets and see what's up for us next. So Fnatic versus Mineski, that was the winners bracket finals. Now we move to the lower bracket where TNC were already waiting. They have knocked out Happy Feet yesterday afternoon, and they now have a chance to knock out Mineski, although obviously Mineski is going to try to make it to the grand finals via the detour, but they have the chance for sure. Think they have a good shot?
They might have a really long day here.
They might have a really long day after already traveling to China earlier today.
Well, is that true? Yeah. I saw someone said apparently they're not in China. They're flying after they play the qualifiers. Apparently, someone said on Mushi's fan page, apparently because what you guys are going on, like an ice tweet, apparently that was a troll or a joke. So I don't know. So, some other people are saying that they're playing the qualifiers from home and they're actually flying at midnight.
Okay.
So,
no, that could be.
I can ask.
Yeah, you can find out.
I'll message one of them.
There was a source on Mushi's page, but then you never really know who runs the fan pages. It could be like some random person, but I think it was his official one, so
yeah,
we don't know where they're.
We'll find out. I'll shoot down a message.
We'll find out where they are.
Yeah, because I mean, as Lumi said earlier, playing 9 games in a row, which is obviously a risk for the lower bracket team here.
Yeah.
It is a risk, but at the same time, Lumi said, it's something that any player should be able to do because they're gamers. They do that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's draining, but at the end of the day, it's the price you pay. If you lose the game, you have, if you lose that series you're just in, you're in about a bit worse situation.
Yeah.
And sure, it's like, oh, you're in a worse situation than if, say, you lost earlier in the bracket yesterday. But if you ask a team, and they're not going to choose losing the bracket yesterday over having a chance of winning today. So the answer is just sort of don't lose at all. Just win your game.
I mean that's it really. Don't lose.
Sure. Oh, boo-hoo.
Win, don't lose.
It sucks a little bit. You lost on day 2 at the start of the day. You are going to have a longer day, but there is an alternative where you think you had the shot of winning.
Yeah, okay, well, we're going to move on to our lower bracket very, very soon, so stay tuned for our next matchup, which is going to be TNC versus Mineski.
Get the alpha, be the alpha.
The battle begins.
Rampage.
Dire victory.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
Destiny 2 on PC. Available now. Exclusively on Blizzard Battle.net.
We thought we knew what war would be like. But nothing prepared us for this.
Focus on your men, because that's what'll get you through.
Wer sind die Juden?
They're after Jews. Let's take that bridge and find our boy.
It's all or nothing. It's all been leading to this.
Well, ain't that something, Fritz?
Play map packs 30 days early.
PlayStation.
We thought we knew what war would be like. But nothing prepared us for this.
Focus on your men, because that's what'll get you through.
Wer sind die Juden?
They're after Jews. Let's take that bridge and find our boy.
It's all or nothing. It's all been leading to this.
Well, ain't that something, Fritz?
Play map packs 30 days early.
PlayStation.
Every idea, every dream, every breakthrough, every revolution starts in a space. That's why we created Cloud, a smart serviced co-office in Singapore and beyond. Because we're not just building for today, we're transforming the workplace for tomorrow.
'cause I've never seen a girl as sweet as you. If I could have a dream, I'd have a dream with you, sweetheart. If I could have a dream, I wouldn't be so blue. 'Cause I've never seen a girl as sweet as you. If I could have a dream, I'd have a dream of you, my love.
Isn't that a nice monitor? Yeah, you can stay there. You can just be like that the whole show.
They should run Dota on that.
They should. That's a PG-27 VQ, by the way.
27-inch.
27-inch.
65.
165.
Yeah.
Refresh rate, so close.
That's all that was my trick. Every time it comes up, all I do is say 165.
Hey, you're good. That is having 165 refresh rate, by the way. Gigantic resolution as well, and it is curved. That's right. Also, we're here for Dota, though. Welcome back, RG Dreamleague Season 8. And we are ready for our lower bracket match. It will be between Mineski, who just lost to Fnatic, and TNC, who yesterday were able to knock out Happy Feet. And the winner of this best of 3 will move to the grand finals and play against Fnatic to decide who is going to join us in Sweden for the RG Dreamleague Major. So that will be a tough match as well. But first they have to beat each other. One of them has to beat the other. Charlie, TNC, Mineski. On paper, it should be Mineski.
I don't know. I think it really could go either way.
Yeah.
Like both teams have had success in the past. Both teams have great players. I think it really just comes down to how well prepared each team is for the other's playstyle.
Yeah.
Raven, in our interview yesterday, did say that the captain is sick.
Yes.
So I don't know if just a small sickness that he just slept over it and
I hope so.
Was able to prepare this morning. Hopefully that's the case and Theben is ready to go.
Yeah. I also just now, Pilot Eye said that if Theben has time to prepare, which he did, unlike Mineski, he is a very scary captain to go up against. So he will be prepared for Mineski. I think even if he's sick, he would do that.
He's like the book smart guy in the anime. He doesn't have a lot of special abilities.
Okay. But he just works harder than everyone else.
Yeah. He sets the traps. He's like Batman.
Okay. You just went from book smart to Batman.
Yeah.
Batman's book smart. Batman's very smart.
Okay.
Are you trying to...
Batman is
smart.
All right.
Batman is also rich. It's true.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure if I look at Theben's face, I could picture Batman. But sure.
Nice analogy. So Mineski just lost, and especially the second game, it felt like that was more of a draft loss rather than anything else. Obviously, Abed carried, and Fnatic played really well, and Envy did really well as well. So the whole team kind of came together in that game. But based on draft, it was also...
I don't know if it's just draft alone. I felt like had Abed didn't do his miraculous save in the Roshan pit.
Oh, with
you mean game 2?
That was game 2.
Yeah, we're talking...
I mean game 3. Sorry, yes.
Game 3, I bet, went off.
Game 3, I think the draft went off. I don't think the it really gave Mineski an opportunity to win in any sort of capacity. Like, they can't switch up the lanes anyway.
I think it would have been better if Slaughter started at bottom.
Maybe, but then...
Like, Mushi had it to get, like, a 9-minute Treads blink and just go.
Maybe, but I think... Well, let's say if you do put the Slaughter bottom, and then you put Abaddon top, Abaddon gets destroyed by the Razor. Sure. And then you have Beastmaster plus Clockwork, maybe Undying.
That still
destroys the Slardar.
Yeah, Slardar maybe was the issue there.
Yeah.
So I feel like Mineski are they a team that tilts?
I don't think so.
Okay, so they should be able to reset and.
I think they're a team that can tilt.
Sure.
I've definitely seen like some of those players get like mad. And,
of course, they're humans.
Upset.
Like they're emotions.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have so much international experience that like they've been in this situation before.
Sure, but I mean, you could also argue that when they lost 0-2 when they got reverse swept by Fnatic last week, that could have been a tilt.
Sure. Maybe now they have a little bit of a boogeyman.
Like Fnatic is their boogeyman.
Yeah, maybe.
Envy was the bully the entire time.
No, Envy was just like losing all these months ahead just to prepare for this moment.
Well, lost all those other big major tournaments just to prepare for
this major.
For DreamHack major.
There you go.
IDC TIs, IDC Boston majors. TI only cares DreamHack major.
Just setting up for the Abed return.
Yeah. Also, Steve was in the crossfire. Poor Excalibur.
Yeah,
poor Excalibur.
Oh man.
Yeah, but this game, like I'm mostly asking because if you are tilting, then this is a bad time to do that because you still have best of 3 ahead of you, of course. And if it was draft, then that is something that is fixable for this next series. So I'm kind of gouging into how you guys feel like this matchup's going to go down, because Charlie already said that this is a fairly even matchup. Yeah. What do you think, Lumi?
I think it's very even as well. And in terms of the draft portion, it's not like TNC had great drafts yesterday. I think there was some drafts that we thought was a little bit dubious, and some they just won off the back of having more talented players. So I think in this particular series, it's hard to say who has more talented player. I think all 10 players in the whole game are very talented, so it's going to have to come down with more strategy and more in-game play.
Where do you think the focus is going to be on?
I think for Mineski, it's going to be for Ice Ice Ice. I feel like he generally has the edge over most carry players in SEA. With that said, I think the focus on TNC is also the Raven and Cuckoo, because generally that's where most of the win comes in.
Yeah. Cuckoo yesterday played a Tinker game, which is one of his signature heroes, but he wasn't able to win that game, which is, you know, if you feel like you're drafting specific heroes for specific players purely because they are having that as signature hero. Yeah, that seems like a little bit of a blow for TNC as well. They had a rough game against Happy Feet that they lost.
Yeah, the Tinker got countered pretty hard by the Spectre.
I think Sorry, go ahead.
The Tinker had to get a Glimmer Cape, which is the first time I've ever seen that happening. Yeah.
I think in all these games, what we've seen is that your mid player needs to have a good game.
Yeah.
In all the games where the team has lost, their mid players just had some sort of abysmal game. We saw with Nana's Marana earlier, and then obviously with Abed's stellar performances, carried the game.
So we're going to see more emphasis on mid in terms of also supports rotating more to help out, because we've seen a lot of duo lanes mid today already.
I feel like in every single game there's an Ogre on one side of the
That's the meta now, right? Like you just pick one team's going to have Ogre.
Why don't you ban it?
Yeah, the other team's going to have either Undying or Jakiro, because those are the best kind of bully.
Why don't you ban the Ogre?
Teams have banned the Ogre.
Yeah.
There was only in the first game today, and then since then it did lose the lane. Lose a game in the third game there.
At the same time, like Ogre can be replaced by other. It's not like Ogre is the only hero that can sit mid.
Yeah, that's why we see Undying. We see, like Pi said, look, the Undying is we just try to own the lane so hard that the mid is not in the game. That was their game plan too. So.
Okay, we are. By the way, we are soon starting the game, but we are still missing a player from Mineski. When that player comes back, we will be able to start our game. So just waiting for that. I can't name and shame because I don't know who's missing. So unfortunately.
Would you name and shame if you know who's missing?
No shame.
I like how she had no hesitation.
There's no hesitation.
Didn't even think about it.
No, it's you know, if you're late, gotta pay the price.
That's true.
That is true. So focused on mid lane is what we're gonna see here. A lot of emphasis, and that also means that maybe because the mid heroes are kind of coming a little bit back. Previous patch we saw a lot of semi cores in mid, and now we have seen Shadow Fiend twice this week already.
Shadow Fiend just got a buff in this patch too.
Yeah, so it's like
I think his raises now like the bonus gets 20 more damage or something like that. So good stuff.
Yeah, so we're seeing all the normal mids coming back. Queen of Pain, and then finally Templar Assassin. Baby.
So did you guys already talked about how it doesn't the damage doesn't stack?
No,
right?
you can't put like 5 traps.
Oh, it doesn't, but
Yeah,
you can clear creep waves. I think that's very powerful.
But it's not exactly like Techies.
No, it's
no.
That would be insane.
That would be slightly broken. But you can clear the jungle real fast if you wanted to. You can push out the waves without really revealing yourself at all. Just play traps, farm.
That's why you could play a position 4 Templar. It's coming.
No, it's not happening.
By the way, for the viewers at home, the reason that it doesn't stack is because when you pop the trap, let's say you pop a new one after the old one, it just refreshes the buff.
So
and it's the buff that does the damage.
So if you if there's a path and you lay down a path of traps,
works.
so you're constantly so you're taking damage. You're like, oh, I gotta run. I'm taking damage. You know, you run and there's another trap and it pops and you're like, oh, this don't go away. You keep on running and the next one comes. So the trick is to just stand still when the damage comes in.
Well, you don't know. Maybe they have 3 traps in that one location.
Maybe you're just surrounded by traps.
Yeah. And it's going to be like the slowest hype play ever because the trap, when it pops, you're slow. You're super slow. So you're trying to run and then another one pops.
It's gonna happen at some point, and it will be glorious. But the question is,
I don't think 4-position Templar Assassin.
No.
Dude, just you wait, man.
I don't think that's happening.
Just get Orb of Venom, Mouse Strike at 1, just run at people.
Me just run at people.
Just be the ogre, dude. Because when they come to hit you, be like, I'm in this. And then when they turn ready, bam, stab them in the back, dude. I'm gonna ruin somebody's game.
You need to be level.
Yeah, your own game.
You need to be. You're gonna spec Meld Strike first.
I guess you have to if you're playing support, right?
Okay.
No.
Maybe side plays.
The refraction.
No refraction. So
because then you can trade hits.
The thing is, when you're trading hit and mid, like the creeps generally like come in. So.
Or maybe you just don't play that hero as a support.
Dude, I'm gonna make it work. Don't even worry.
I bet you won't.
I mean, like, I think 4 position is the most versatile position when it comes to the number of heroes you play in it.
Yeah, sure.
Throughout
Templar
the
Assassin.
we've seen a lot of heroes being played, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the 4, so.
What do you think we're seeing?
Are you trying to use it to justify your
I'm just saying
Assassin?
The possibility is bigger than 0. It might not be very high. But it's
not happening, you guys. And even if it is, it won't happen anytime soon in professional Dota 2, because who knows what happens in pubs. We don't care what happens in pubs. We care what happens in a professional Dota 2. More importantly, we care what happens in this upcoming match. TNC versus Mineski. We have a draft, so we can tell what these teams are going to do and to see if Ogre Magi stays in the pool, which heroes are going to be picked to bully others. It's all about the bullying.
Let me know the bans. What do we got?
I don't know yet. Please hold.
I think that's a puck. Alright. I've been told we have an IO and Omni ban.
10 seconds remaining.
And then Tiny and Puck. Omni.
5 seconds remaining.
So I think the reason we won't see Ogre being banned out is because even if you ban Ogre, like Charlie said, there's just similar type of heroes that does that sort of, so.
I almost pulled the tablecloth off again.
You're good.
If I could name like a list of really strong lane bullies.
Yeah. Hey, Ogre ban.
There's Ogre, Shakiro, Undying, Warlock. Bane.
Clockwork? Would you say Clockwork?
Clock might not trade as well or tank as well, but I think Clock's more of a ganker.
We saw Clockwork bully in the previous game that we saw.
Yeah, he came in from the back and stuff like that. But
gotta be
or
sneaky.
at least he's not my first go-to choice.
5 seconds remaining.
But there's like a long list. And how teams distinguish between picking one over the other is what else it brings to the table. So for example, Ogre's Bloodlust is a big part of how Abed was able to get much better CS than Denies. And of course, Bloodlust lets you scale. Undying gives you better group up and push and team fight with a Tombstone. Jakiro will give you Liquefier and so on and so forth. So whichever team picks these bully heroes also wants to incorporate it into the rest of their draft.
Is that a Night Stalker?
That is a Night Stalker ban. Sorry, yes. It is indeed. And the first pick goes to TNC. Which heroes are still in the pool? Winter Wyvern is still in the pool that normally we see banned out.
Yep. Winter Wyvern, another one of those bully heroes. Although her early game did get slightly nerfed. Arctic Burn now burns for less percentage of your health.
Okay.
So we're going to see the return of the Tim's Earth Spirit. Had a not so good performance yesterday, but Deben still has faith.
Yeah, I mean, still one of the best players on that hero.
I wonder if that's the DreamHack jinx.
10 seconds remaining.
The Earth Spirit?
That we keep saying, oh, he's a great Earth Spirit player.
And then he loses.
We said it about Jerax, we said it about Tim.
It's true.
We said it about Japs too, and Japs had a tough Earth Spirit game in that series.
Dude, Night Stalker's just gone.
It's cool.
Oh well.
We got enough bans up there.
Yeah, we got them.
Hope it doesn't get picked.
Well, it's banned, so.
No,
well,
he means
like,
that
the rest of the day.
for the rest of the day, yeah. Maybe we'll see it banned for the rest of the day.
Oh, here it is.
Found it. Undying is the next pick. So, as per Pilot's words, they're trying to make the enemy core into a creep.
Yep. And I think Undying fits the speed that Mineski normally likes to play. They like to kind of run at you starting from minute 12, 15 or so. And that's where Undying is really at the height of his power.
Disruptor.
And the Disruptor. So, first game of the day that we saw was Mineski versus Fnatic. Mineski won that game, and they were up against an Undying and a Disruptor. I'm a little bit surprised.
10 seconds remaining.
I think Disruptor is where you don't want to be in this patch. The hero has very little fighting capabilities. Pretty much is a range creep early on, and all he needs, like all he can do is just sap experience.
Come on, that's not fair. Thunderstrike is pretty good at zoning out offlaners.
But you know what I mean, right? Like you could pick up a much better fighting support on the 5 if you want.
I mean, it's not good from when you're being pressured, but it's great at like if you're the one trying to apply the pressure.
Sure. And I think that's what they picked it for. It fits their aggressive playstyle. It lets you pick up multiple kills. And it also covers you some like very annoying heroes. For example, Tide Hunter. Disruptor is one of the best heroes to initiate against a Tide team because you could just storm the Tide and kill the Tide.
Radiant team.
All right, we see a Witch Doctor there as well. Is that a bully? Do you count that as a bully support?
It might be preemptive against like a Beastmaster pick.
Yeah, Beastmaster's still in the pool indeed.
Yep.
It's gotten more popularity. Witch Doctor's like typically really good against heroes with summons.
I think we saw the way that Puppy played it for Team Secret was that he was able to secure some of the weaker lanes with it. I don't think you're actively looking to bully people as a Witch Doctor, but when they're running at you and you know that Mineski will run at you, that Paralyzing Cask is so good to disrupt their momentum and stuff like that. And don't underestimate the damage output that you could output as a position 5. So
Radiant team ban.
Well, we have a Nyx Assassin ban on the side of Mineski, and TNC remove Tinker from the pool, which is interesting because TNC, I would say TNC is the Tinker picking team.
It seems like Deben always bans Tinker right on the second phase if they're not looking to pick it up, or if they don't have like the first pick, because they did it multiple times now.
Yeah, but it's the. I mean, I know Nana plays a really good Tinker as well.
Yeah.
But
it's probably just some scrim things.
Yeah, most likely. These two teams know each other very well. You can only imagine.
Is that a sniper ban?
That is indeed a sniper ban, and we are looking for the next ban from TNC.
10 seconds.
We know that Cuckoo plays sniper,
Mm-hmm.
and it is indeed one of the better counters against Tombstone.
Remaining.
Right now, Mineski's draft to me looks very soft against like a Storm or Ember. Like Disruptor used to be seen as a counter to Storm Sphere, but players are now so good at timing the glimpse and zipping out of it, or zipping it in such a way that you don't get brought back by the glimpse. And that is the weakness of Undying as a bully pick. Like it just provides no disables. So I feel like that is a spot that TNC could pick.
TNC ban out the Beastmaster, even though we just said that Witch Doctor was already good against the Beastmaster. So they would already have a counter. Why do you feel that they still ban it out?
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer. Maybe they're it's preemptive because they plan on picking something that gets locked down by Roar.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Thing is, I also don't see Darrow play Beastmaster too much.
Medusa.
That's the Medusa. We had Medusa banned the entire series previously, in the previous series, and well, finally Mineski gets to pick it up. I believe that would be a Mushi Medusa.
10 seconds
or Nana.
remaining.
Is it both playing it?
Yep.
Okay. So then it will depend on
Mushi plays it more.
Mushi plays it more.
And buys Mantas.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, that was
I mean, he also wins his Medusa games most of the time. Although I think Shiver said not.
Not in the international scene.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing it a lot at Star Ladder, I think it was. Even though they did really well there, they just hadn't the greatest success with the Medusa, I believe. If Batrider comes out for TNC, that's a Slam Age special.
That's an interesting pick because the counter's already right there. Mineski has Glimpse,
yeah,
the defensive tool against it. Static Storm is also pretty good. Now they pick Avenge. Like, this is their bread and butter draft, Mineski.
That looks like a Nana Medusa then.
Yep.
And Avenge for Mushi.
Exactly.
And then saving Ice's hero for last.
Yep.
As usual.
As usual.
No changes.
No changes. If you wanna, Phantom Lancer. If you wanna secure a good offlane for Ice, what would you get here? What do you need the offlaner to be able to do? Because initiation-wise, they don't have too much. I guess you can glimpse back, or you can hope that TNC makes initiation. You counter initiate on that.
5 seconds.
Wait, who's got the first, or who's got the last pick?
Last pick is going to...
Leave Mineski, right? Because the overall first pick was...
Yes, because TNC is going to ban and pick after each other.
Yeah, so I think I think you definitely want Ice to have a good lane. It seems to be the focus.
Yes.
So you weigh out what TNC's safe lane pick is. Because I think this PL might be going mid.
Could be.
Yeah, the only hero that's probably most likely going to be in the safe lane for sure right now is Witch Doctor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the reason I think that PL goes mid is that you can dodge the Mystic Snake with your Doppelganger. And you can also dodge Glimpse with that. So TNC is trying to make sure that their cores are very resistant against Disruptor Glimpse.
Weaver gets banned out by Mineski, so they do also indeed anticipate that PL to be mid. That means they were just looking for a Raven hero on the side of TNC. And they ban out the Abaddon.
Okay. Now, I remember TNC picked PL yesterday, right? And they picked it with the Lone Druid?
I believe you could be correct.
And I hope TNC doesn't pick a similarly greedy dual core lineup. Because I felt like what went wrong in that game was that PL and Lone Druid needs a ton of resource on the map.
Yeah.
So I like this much more. Because I think Razor, we saw, for example, Envy build things like Phase Drum's Hood, right? Like very small, easy parts to build up, and very, very fast paced and effective.
What lanes well against Razor?
10 seconds remaining.
By the way, Southeast Asia does not do Viper at all.
That's
5
true.
seconds
They should do more Viper.
Yeah, we saw that being very dominant in our EU games, EU CAS, but I haven't seen a Viper.
The Southeast Asian players are honorable.
No, surely with
Have
the
you
current
seen their
change.
pubs? I don't know, man. I don't know what lanes well against Razor in the off lane. It feels like... In fact, that's what they dodged their matchup last time, right? They didn't want to lane up.
They did not want to lane against the Razor, and TNC thinks, well, you know what? Fnatic tried it. We can do 2.
Maybe you just give Ice the 1v1 against the bat. And
go aggressive
again with Mushi. I mean, Venge, I think, is a much better aggressive hero against Razor than Slaughter would.
True, but your range is so short. Ooh, it's a Brood. I mean, you are very speedy under your webs.
Run away from the links.
You can run away from the static links. I mean, it is Ice special hero, one of his signature ones, even though he has a lot of signature ones, I guess.
Yep.
Talking about Ice. But it could work. We've seen Broodmother work. Have we? We've seen it fail at least once.
I like it a lot here.
Yeah?
It's not a lot of ways for TNC to really deal with that Brood, other than the Batrider.
True.
I think what TNC ideally would do is try and match the Bat against the Brood. Maybe some musical lanes going on.
Okay. Who would you favor here in this matchup? Who are you going for? Are you going for Mineski indeed? Is the Brood enough?
I'm going to go for Mineski.
Okay. Tentative Mineski. What do you think, Louis?
I think I'm going to go with TNC. I feel like they lack the disable necessarily to keep Cuckoo locked down.
Okay.
And
you think it's going to go crazy?
Yeah, well,
they do have a Medusa. You're already locked in. Never mind.
All right, I'm locked in. I also think that they don't have enough AoE.
I'm going for Mineski in this one as well. I believe in the Ice Brood. Let's find out what's going to happen in game number 1 with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, time for some more Southeast Asian Dota 2. We, of course, have the teams ready to go. The draft is complete. What are we reckoning, Fogged? Who's coming out on top? It's got to be a pretty powerful final pick, Bruges.
Hey, you got the last 2 right, didn't you? You got all 3 right in the last
Oh,
series. Now you're the expert. Let's hear
if I was looking at this game,
let's see.
I would say, yeah, I'd say I feel Mineski's got it here.
You do.
I feel they do. The Brood, the Medusa. I mean, you were kind of selling me on the Medusa during the draft, saying, you know, it's a Medusa, sure. PL, yeah, you get Diffusal on that, but
don't let me influence
the illusions die.
Come on, man.
I think Mineski, they got a good draft, but TNC, they've had some strong games yesterday. They did have some sort of questionable games, some sort of weird plays. So they are going to have to pull it together here, but I'm looking forward to seeing what 1437 and the boys can do.
Yeah, I mean, we got Tim's on Earth Spirit, right?
Yeah, and Tim's Earth Spirit.
So I think the drafts are pretty close. I think just the one thing that has to happen for Mineski is they can't, if they fall behind in the laning phase, I think they can just really fall behind super hard throughout the mid game because they have an Undying on their team.
I mean, they can play the farm game though with the Medusa, couldn't they? Like, there is recovery options if they do get behind.
Sure, they do have those type of recoveries, but they have Avenge and they have Undying. These two heroes, if they fall behind in the early game, they don't really have those great recovery things. They need to go through fights, and fighting into TNC's lineup is a bit scary because they have a bit more team fight in regards to that. So we'll see how it plays out after the laning phase. I think, like Charlie said, we will probably have musical lanes coming out. They want to get the matchup of the Broodmother versus the Razor coming out for Mineski bottom. Fight coming out, Tim's. Mushi skills the Wave of Terror, just to push them away. Not wanting to opt for the stun at the start. Lots of decay steal though.
So
12 strength.
Who's going to be wanting to dodge who? Are you saying with these lanes?
It looks like they want to have the Razor versus the Broodmother.
Okay.
I think that, like Charlie was saying, the Batrider versus the Brood works, but Razor as well now is a lot easier because you're not invisible as Brood anymore. So you get that link. It's pretty nice. I think that either way though, Broodmother's gonna farm. I don't think you can prevent that from Ice.
And so all the action at the moment going to be down on this bottom lane, especially with this smoke up from 1437 and Tim's.
I think my biggest concern for TNC would really be the Phantom Lancer. Because, you know, they picked the PL into the Dusa because he's the Diffusal Blader, as you were mentioning. But I think if PL starts to fall too far behind, it can be very troubling to play versus Medusa. But if they can get ahead in the early game and then they can have this Phantom Lancer go toward the late game, it can work pretty nicely as well. Bottom lane, this pressure from the tri lane.
Yeah.
Ninja Boogie.
3 stacks.
One more hit.
One more touch would have done it, but he can't quite get it.
That was close.
Disruptor kept alive. We're seeing the pressure that TNC can put on in that bottom lane.
Look at top. Raven getting full links pretty much every single time. Until the spiders start building up, that is a Razor favored matchup. It's a couple levels on ice and he's going to be doing just fine. In mid lane, big disparity. Nana 9-2 to the 4-0 of Cuckoo.
And in the 1v1 situation, this is not going to get any easier for the PL. You know, Cuckoo needs to have rotations to come in if he wants to sort of overrule the Medusa in this 1v1.
Yeah, I haven't been seeing PL actually have too many good games. Yeah, at least for us in Dreamleague. He's been struggling quite a bit.
Just invisibility ordered.
Yes. The safe laners, Vengeful 7 for 3, 5 for 0 on the Razor, so it looks like the sort of ice actually coming out on top of this lane, even though those long duration static links have been there for Raven.
He got the creeps behind the tower. He pulled the wave and got a couple denies, and that's why Raven is actually behind at the moment. And that's really good for the Broodmother, because once you get those spiders built up, there's no way the Broodmother, or there's no way that Razor can deal with this.
Mid lane Moon's got to be careful. There's 3 heroes looking for a play upon him. And trying to whittle him down here with the Spirit Lance.
Cuckoo dodged the snake there with the Doppel. That was a really nice play.
Looks like Moon will be okay for now. But still, as we can see, both supports looking in on him in the mid lane.
Oh, that snake did not bounce to the range creep there for Moon. So it's actually a really big deal to pay attention to that when you're looking at these type of Medusa matchups. If you get a couple like unfortunate bounces, you can actually get punished by rotations. And you see 1437, he's positioned around the mid lane. They really want to punish this because they need these lanes to go better. Mineski in a very good spot at the moment because, you know, they're playing with an Undying lane. They're playing with an Undying in their game. They need to be out ahead in the laning phase. So it's a very good start for them. TNC. Gotta start making some moves. Because losing all 3 lanes at the moment.
Radiant are scanning.
A scan from Moon. He's worried about these movements, and he's right to be worried. They come in from the other side. They're not where he scanned. Like it matters though still, as he is able to get back behind the tower.
He's secured. Like this mid matchup is already secured now though. The Medusa is so low on mana, can't even spam the snake out onto PL. Cuckoo farming just fine now at the moment. Razor as well, going for the plasma field levels, so he can actually clear some spiders. For now, once they start building up more though, they are pretty tanky to magic damage. And he will build a farm jungle with them at all times. And Witch Doctor can't really do a whole lot to help out a Razor.
Jabs. He's being chased down here. Goes straight for the TP out. Managed to take the Bat's bounty in as well as his own. So doing very nicely in the XP on that Undying. Mid lane again. Another attempt in onto the Medusa, but the backup is there from Jabs.
Oh, Jabs has the Dream. That's an Arcane Rune on an Undying. So he's just gonna sit here for a while and guarantee that Moon catches back up. Because Moon was probably like, I need to get a couple Mystic Snake to get my mana back. And he has, so he's starting to recover a bit. He's fairly even in that mid matchup though. And Razor 2 top, now finally starting to get bullied. Those levels are coming on the Brood. They need to make lane adjustments.
And in comes the bat indeed, Sam H. Switching lanes. So he can try himself to put some pressure on the Brood, have that safety of the Firefly.
It's awkward though already now for TNC. They don't have like great positions in these in this. And top lane Ice actually getting sticky stacked up. Has to be able to get the range away. He does. Yeah, they have to start like moving these lanes around. So it is awkward because they're starting to waste. They're wasting some gold, and they have to make these adjustments. So now Razor is making his way toward bottom to try to contest versus this. Did I see that right? Okay, so Razor has queued up a Soul Ring. I think maybe he'll change that. I think maybe he did that because he was versus the Brood.
Yeah, maybe because he just want to have constant. Yeah, and you. Yeah.
And Samich just keeps getting forced out of top lane too. So this is definitely problematic for TNC, but now Raven.
The cast coming out as well. They've got to try and get Mushi out of there. The Maledict bringing him down low. Turn with the Magic Missile. Look back towards 1437. The Tombstone's been dropped. He's trying for the kill. Mushi doesn't get it.
He had 17 wand charges. What the?
Did he?
Yeah, Mushi has literally 17 charges that he didn't use.
Oh, he could have lived for that kill then.
The heck?
And that would have been a first blood as well if he had lived.
It would have been first blood.
That would have been first blood.
He sat on Agi treads the whole time too. I mean, the Maledict was there.
It was level 1 Maledict. If he pops the wand.
Yeah, I think he would have been just fine. Like if he went if he magic sticked and switched to strength treads, he just sat on Agi treads and tanked all that damage. He gets hit by a max range plasma field as well. That was definitely a mistake coming out from Mushi there. And they cost them.
Misses out first blood.
Yeah.
Cost the carry's life.
Those kind of mistakes are things you can't do, especially versus a team like TNC. Mid lane, Cuckoo, pulling further and further ahead of this Medusa. Pretty damn impressive for him.
Get the glimpse back. Onto Tims, quick with the boulder smash. Magic Missile's there from Mushi. Tims rolls out, TP's out. He's out of there.
Wow.
They can't quite catch him.
TNC getting some clutch plays coming out here. Top though. Daryl, Ice, still doing incredibly well versus this Brood. Samich has to be careful here.
Just get the kill here. Ice. Yeah, this is spooky.
The new Spiderlings have so much magic resist. They have less health overall, but versus a Batrider, you don't really burn down those spiders whatsoever here. Now the tower.
7 minutes down.
Yep.
It's a good start for the Ice Brood.
So like you said, that Brood can really start to take over, and it's beginning to happen. He's going to have so much openings because now when you take that top tower as a Brood, you have access points to the whole enemy jungle.
I mean, who do you sort of send on a spider killing mission? Like who can go out there and deal with this Brood at this stage of the game? It's hard with the lineup the TNC have.
None of their heroes actually can kill those. They have to have like multiple sticky stacks for him to try to do that. Plasma Field's not going to do it. Samich getting surrounded again up top. The spiders are bringing him low.
Down bottom. Okay. There's going to be another attempt here onto Mushi's life.
This time he uses them. Okay, he uses one.
And that'll save him.
Yeah.
Maledicts will not be enough. The one charge is popped. But you say top lane, Sam, he's still trying to play around with this Ice Brood. But he's not having much success with it. And now Ice, he's taking a tier 2. They've got to send more heroes up here in their world. Tims is on the way. Ice just sneaks back out. And he can go to the jungle. And just playing with them on top of these 10 spiders in one by one. Mid lane, pressure being put onto Moon, same down bottom. They've got the field down onto the Razor, trying to move in jabs with the Undying. They've got the glimpse back onto Raven, and with that, Raven should go down. Mushi able to take the kill. The carry for the carry.
Nice glimpse by Boogie.
2K gold lead, 3-1. The strong lanes definitely seeming to be very strong for Mineski. I mean, there's a 61 CS on the Spider 9 minutes in.
Yep.
And as we're saying, very little answers and ways that TNC can deal with the Spider that's had this sort of beginning.
I like how they are trying to make sure that the Medusa shut down. Now look at Cuckoo diving onto this Medusa in the mid lane.
Nearly gets it as well.
Yeah, he's got another lance, but Moon does have some stick charges to heal him up. And also, we saw them block Ancients, which is something that we've been talking about a lot, which is very important versus the Medusa. It does get dewarded almost instantly, but the fact that they're even thinking about that is a nice approach by TNC.
I think you have to, don't you?
Yeah.
You really do. Any sort of Ancient farming here nowadays, it's just such an easy way to get an advantage if you allow them to take their Ancients and keep control of them.
They definitely have a spider problem, though.
Oh, yeah. Ice.
He's going to be taking a tier 2 already.
10 minutes in. That top lane just disappearing before TNC's eyes.
Moon, mid. Getting dove up again by Cuckoo. The rotation
he's back up.
Damage.
Let's see if it's not going to be soon enough.
Nope.
Moon's down. Getting overwhelmed by the PL in these early stages of the game, the Medusa.
Bottom now, Mushi as well, getting dove. Raven in 1437.
And with the Maledict on him, Mushi, he is going to go down. Tims comes in with a boulder smash, wrap around. Mushi trying to turn, but the silence is there from Tims. Mushi's down. They clean up the bottom lane as they also take the life of Ninja Boogie. TNC turning up the pressure, putting some damage onto this tier 1. Fortifications there, of course, for Mineski. So, I mean, they are getting stuff down here as a 3. They're getting good kills onto Mushi. And the kill on Medusa in the mid lane as well. But Ice can do so much this game on this Broodmother.
Yeah, like we were saying, they have massive Brood problems. He's gone for the Vlads and Medallion build so he can start doing those Ancients. He's going to have Solar Crest too in a second.
Oh, and they could do Roche really nicely. But with him and the Vengeful Spirit and the build that he's got, as you say, once the Solar Crest is done, Roshan is definitely going to be a target for Mineski. And, I mean, TNC, they've got decent team fight, but when the Stone Gaze is there, it could become an issue for TNC trying to get into the pit and contesting Rush.
Moon only has, the Medusa only has 40 CS at 11 minutes.
He's struggling.
It's actually, he's really not had the best time in that mid lane. 65 on
Oh, this is big. If they can get away with it, they've got the lasso, Silas as well, and the Spider is down. Massive kill for TNC, and now they're going to look to try and turn it into more. The Static Storm down from Ninja Boogie, trying to hold back the side. Mushi finds the Magic Missile, but he's been surrounded. Mushi, he's going to go down as well as Ice. They also pick up Ninja Boogie on the backlines as Tims gets the kill. TNC. Doing exactly what they need to. If they can kill that Spider, it opens the game up and makes things so much easier. Mushi at this stage is not in a scary place. He has proved to be quite an easy pick-off time and time again for TNC this game 1.
This is exactly what you were just saying too, is that TNC has this much stronger team fight. So if they do get a head-on engagement, especially away from the Undying, there's no way that Mineski can take it. And Undying's actually gone for a bit of a different kind of build. Jabs has skilled the Flesh Golem, so he's got a 2-2-1 build, not even 2 points in the Tombstone. So it is much weaker in that aspect. They have to play around him if they want to go for those type of plays, or just either that, or just let Daryl do his own kind of aspect in the game. Have him be top alone, and they have to 4-man and play around that. Because at the moment now, Cuckoo is starting to get pretty massive, almost with the Fusel Blade finished up on that Phantom Lancer, which is a big concern, as the panel mentioned. Lumi was saying there's not really good solutions for Phantom Lancer illusions. It's only really the Dusa.
Yeah, and the thing about the Juicer is it's all about who gets the head start in a game, because if the Juicer's ahead, it's very easy for her to clear out the illusions if she has those points of split shot. But as you say, at this stage of the game, as soon as the Fusel comes out, there's going to be a very, very scary period for the Medusa, where she will struggle insanely against these mana burn illusions of PL.
Yeah, I think Mineski needs to just have defensive wards up. They need to let this Dusa farm the Ancients. It's either let Dusa farm Ancients or run as a 4-man unit and let Broodmother farm Ancients. It's one or the other. You can't just have, you can't have everybody together and just let TNC dictate the pace of the game. SamH.
I'm trying to catch it. Out. They do get the trap with the Kinetic Field and the Static Storm.
Nice.
SamH is caught out and down.
This is a good approach, fighting around the Tombstone and stuff, but they're getting pincered now. TNC, the rest of them are coming. They don't have Disruptor ulti.
Mushi's trying to come in from the back. He's looking towards Tims. Will take down the Earth Spirit, but they've lost Ninja Boogie on the Disruptor. He gets the Kinetic Field off before he dies. But look at this Death Ward go to work as it pummels through Ice's Brood. 1437. Getting the damage in there with the ultimate to take down the spooky Spider. And TNC again in these sort of team fight situations. It just seems to be a little too much for Mineski's lineup to handle at this stage.
Yeah, as soon as Disruptor ulti is expended, as soon as Tombstone's dropped, the fight for Mineski just can't continue. And TNC with a really nice wraparound though. That was not expected from Mineski. They went all the way through the enemy jungle and wrapped around. Now mid, or bottom, I mean, Moon gets spotted, and this is an easy kill here for TNC.
Raven joins in for the fun.
So that space, Mineski was just trying to make space for this Dusa to farm up, and he gets caught out and dies too, so all their efforts are for naught.
They've got to slow this game down somehow, Mineski. You know, with the Medusa, they can't recover their strength with the farming potential. But it's going to be hard with TNC playing as aggressive as they are.
Yeah. With the Diffusal finished on PL now, even, I mean, 1437 has a Glimmer Cape at 15 minutes on a Witch Doctor. As the, I guess you could say, the hard 5 Witch Doctor. So he's farming very well. And that can make a big aspect into these upcoming team fights. They're going to have to save at all times from that, and he already has max level Cask with high level Maledict for the fights. And here we go. They're not slowing down whatsoever. Trying to take fights non-stop.
There we go. Cuckoo kicking things off onto Jabs. Jabs throws down the tombstone. Static Storm is not going to catch anyone at all. The PL's already out of there. Ice being forced back up to the high ground. He'll turn, try man fight against Sam H. He's bringing the bat down low, not quite low enough for the kill. Sam H continuing to kite up. Ice as the Spider has to run. TNC seeing if they can chase down more. They've got eyes onto Mushi. Raven coming in with the wraparound. Mushi with the swap says tank this for me, Ninja Boogie. And Ninja Boogie has no option, he has to. So Ninja Boogie will go down. Mushi's still alive for now. He's going for the kick. Tim's just off the mark, but Raven here will be able to clean up the kill as he comes in with the plasma field. And again, 13-6.
They're looking for Daryl too.
Oh, they're going to find him. Ice came back in for the Witch Doctor kill, but it cost him his life. It's getting massively out of hand for Mineski.
Yeah, this is starting to get out of control, honestly. Yeah. They have an Undying in their lineup, and it's 16 minutes in, and they're behind. It's looking really unfortunate here for Mineski at this point here with the Deuce on their draft. They don't have any way to take these engagements. They can't fight versus the pace that TNC is keeping up, and I think TNC is going to just continue this. They're not going to slow down whatsoever. So Lumi was talking about how the Eternal Envy Razor went for these cheap small items. Raven did the exact same build. Phase, Drum, Hood. He's just looking to get involved and run at this Mineski lineup with this Razor. And Cuckoo's got such high farm rate already. Top of the board. Mineski have to slow the pace down, as you were mentioning before. They can't keep just trying to run into this. They have to split the map up with the Broodmother and try to take more advantageous team fights without numbering.
Even splitting the map up with the Brood is hard now because of just the fact that TNC's heroes, they're well leveled, they're well kitted out for this stage. It just sends a couple of them, you get one sort of lockdown, and you'll almost certainly have the damage to take down Ice.
I think they have to start doing that though, because even if they start losing some hero, even if Mineski loses some heroes, I think that's like what they have to do, because they have these 3 cores that have to farm, right? Broodmother, Vengeful, and Medusa, they have to go farm out different lanes, which is always going to reveal the fact that Mineski split up. So TNC will go for that advantage. I think they just have to sack one of them. One of them has to realize it's like, I can't be that farmer. I think we've said that a few times from like I think at TI, some of the panel members were even saying like, if you're showing 3 of your cores in a lane, one of them is bound to die.
Yep. Bottom lane Mushi, he'll show. And he'll die. Oh, Maledict. He's going to pop, surely.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, raindrop not enough. Maybe if he ate or fire. Nah, he would have died.
He took a lot. He went from 1400 like to 200. That was a lot of damage.
Level 4 Maledict. Lots of damage.
He did.
Top. Maybe they're going to get a catch onto Sam H, though.
Yeah, look at the minutes back. Did try for the TP out. Wasn't going to be the case. Too much damage at the same time in the mid lane. That's another dead Spider. Spiders will find Tim's in return, but these are the cores of Mineski going down time and time again. And still as the game goes on, PL, he's yet to die. He's having a beautiful time.
The wards coming out from TNC, they have so much vision around the map to make all these aggressive moves.
Oh no. RNG. I tell you what, we've seen a few unfortunate doppelgangers recently. Yeah. A lot of the times, the environment screwing over some PLs.
Tim's will give his buddy some words of encouragement. Don't give up. So very good in the first 20 minutes coming out from TNC. Just punishing every time we see Mineski showing in all 3 lanes.
I think Mineski, as I say, I still think there is a good amount of faith to be held in the Medusa. Sure, she's behind, but it's definitely not irrecoverable. If this keeps going on for like, what, at least 10, 15 more minutes, this Medusa is likely to be at the top of the net worth with the farm that she can get, unless TNC can continue to focus on catching him out. Cuckoo being eyed up.
They don't have a great way to catch Cuckoo.
Nah, it's all on, I guess it's literally all on the Disruptor, but at the same time that's hard unless you get the straight up Static Storm. Glimpse can be dodged, of course.
Yeah, glimpse dodge from the Doppel. And he's got Shadow Blade too, so he's looking for pickoffs with this PL build. Looking for jabs
He's going to find it. And onto jabs.
Oh, he's going to get a Tombstone.
I feel like we've seen Tombstone hurt the team that the Undying's on, much more than the
he
enemy.
didn't get Doppel off.
Oh, we
they don't have... This. Oh, they do have sentries. Ninja Boogie didn't even drop it. And now he's going to get turned on. Oh.
Hang on. Did he... Maybe he didn't realize that the Shadow Blade was there, even though his mate just got jumped on with the Shadow Blade, and then thought that maybe he just didn't catch the PL?
I think that he thought that he doppelgangered.
Yeah, he thought he didn't catch him, I guess.
But Cuckoo, that time
didn't see him.
That time was because Arcane Rune, so he had a lot of he had the lower cooldown on that Shadow Blade. But yeah, slight mistakes coming out from Mineski, and they're getting punished. TNC.
That's a bit of a weird one. Yeah. What's the PL going for next anyway with this?
Aghanims.
I like that. With the sort of the pace he's going, Ags early on is going to be nice. Jump forward. He's looking to kick things off. Immediately holding back one. Stone Gaze comes through as we are going to see Mineski try and turn this one around. PL looks to back up, but the magic missile's in, and Cuckoo, he's overstepped the mark. That's a big kill to go to Moon. Of all people. Mushi will still fall to the magnetized damage, but you've got to be careful. You do have the lead, you do have the edge, but you cannot afford to feed big kills to the Medusa.
Little overzealous.
No, the Hurricane Pike. I think, yeah, this Medusa is scary. Raven, still very big. He's got the Shiva's Guard. TNC, they need to pull it together as a team and continue with the momentum that they built up from earlier without going in one by one like the PL, like Cuckoo tried.
They've lost all their wards now. They placed all 4 pretty much at the same time, so all 4 despawning at the same time. They've lost a lot of vision for this time being. And Mineski's doing a pretty decent job of recovering. They're still 4K behind, but they are, splitting up their resources. They're pretty much making TNC pick and choose. Like, they have to kill one side of the map or the other.
Out of all the cores, only really Mushi.
Uh-oh, Moon.
Behind.
He's getting sandwiched here. They put a ward down from 1437.
Is the dream kill. When the Master Man is out, there's no chance to react with any sort of spell. He gets melted. And the last remainder of the Ancients is being cleaned up by TNC as well. Mushi also caught out in the top lane. The rest of Mineski will come in, see if they can find some kills to make TNC pay. They get the glimpse back onto Raven. He's pretty speedy. He's got the backup of Tims, and Raven, he's going to be fine by the looks of it. The Spiders trying to finish him off, but there's not enough damage from them, as it were. Raven will be fine, and now Mineski, they look to be in even greater trouble as they've lost Ice. They're going to lose jabs on the Undying as well. Double kill for Samage.
As soon as we're saying they're starting to make a decent recovery, TNC just turns up the heat. 4K gold after that sequence of events. TNC just not slowing down whatsoever. Cuckoo absolutely dominating in this game as this Phantom Lancer. 8-1-8.
It's getting pretty crazy. Mineski, they do have good high ground. But at the same time, if they dare step foot out at the base, which the Medusa needs to do, she needs to find the farm. As we've seen, that's pretty much being kept tabs on by TNC. They will hunt her down when she's by her Ancients.
Yeah, the fact that they've lost all their outer towers pretty much, except for that one tier 2 mid. Yeah. The Medusa's avenues of coming back is very limited. And now DD Rune on Cuckoo. They are looking to fight. They don't need all their ultis. They've got Bat Rider Lasso ready. Magnetizes up in 10. They might just make the way into the Roche pit.
Yep, no reason not to get the Aegis. And then even consider trying to push for the high ground with the Axe complete on Cuckoo as well.
They throw out a scan and it catches Mineski on the high ground there. Okay. So they are felt a little bit worried. They want to just take a fight. They know they're stronger. And then they're going to go into that Roche. Mushi.
Oh, they are going to get him. Jump for. They get the 2-man bottle smash. Static Storm is down. But look at the death wall for the low ground. 1437 go for it. The glimpse is there to cancel it though. And Moon, he's picked up a double kill. Sam H has to back up. There'll actually be a buyback from Tims as they're trying to keep this fight going. But TNC, they're bleeding kills. They're losing cores. Raven's falling low. Ice trying to chase. He hasn't quite got the speed to keep up with the Razor. So Raven will be fine. Moon backs away. TNC with that buyback from Tims continuing to try and turn things around. Ice. Looking to get back to the base with the soul rip. He'll be fine. TNC seems so desperate to take the fight there. And at the end of the day, it does not go their way. Moon gets a double kill. Tims buying back. So overall net worth that gap's being closed. And as I said earlier, look at this Medusa. She is very close to being the most farmed hero in the game. She's only about 500 behind Raven's Razor, and that is going to close any minute now. She's got 3.7k gold. There's no doubt about it, this Medusa is still definitely a big issue for TNC, despite how well they're playing in the early game, the early laning stages. Look at this turnaround now on the net worth and XP. It is starting. They can't afford to lose another fight to Moon.
Yeah, that was pretty much just because of the location of where the fight is. They are in that small little ancient area, and they get caught by a big static storm from Ninja Boogie into the Stone Gaze. It's a lot of team fight coming out from Mineski in those kind of close quarters. They weren't able to grab the last hole onto anybody.
They're going to try again by the looks of it. They're coming forth, they're looking for Ice, but he's out of there. The smoke jump revealed by TNC. They won't get a kill. They will look to Roche though. They're hovering around it.
They don't kill it fast.
They have got a Solar Crest on 4037, but yeah, even with that, as you say, it's not the quickest.
It's not a great place for them to fight. Same kind of aspect as that high ground. It's a very close quarters area where Disruptor just thrives. Disruptor and Undying around the pit is an absolute menace. And Mineski now, they're looking to turn up the heat. They air smoke themselves. They've got mech on Undying. They've got a couple other items.
Did Medusa spend up any of her gold jets towards what the Scar deal? Or is it getting the Mantle
first, yeah.
Okay. Understandable with the Spirit Silence.
Yeah, and Broodmother has gone for the Radiance build. Ice.
I found a catch. Static Stone down. They found Raven. Kill. It's a big kill indeed. Raven down.
Very nice smoke coming out for them. Trying to meet with their Medusa to lead into a tower push, and they even find Raven. TNC still trying to set up here, though. They see Mushi. Tims is on the sidelines.
Oh, there we go. Jumping in. They'll look for the initiation. They've got the Maledict onto the Medusa. She's silenced up as well. Healed up by the Sorrow. They've already lost Mushi. And with the control and the Death Ward, TNC, they claim 2. They'll get Ninja Boogie as well, as the Boulder Smash is there from Tims to stop the TP. That is the defense that they need. Fighting like that. Catching Mineski arguably off guard, as I don't think they would have expected TNC to be that aggressive with their carry on the sidelines, but TNC showing that they can do it with Cuckoo. The damage coming out from the Death Wall. 1437 doing a lot in these fights with his Maledicts.
It was the control too. Tims gets in, gets a 2-man stun. They get the Maledict on the Dusa, and then the cask. The cask was pretty much bouncing between the two supports over and over again. So just too much control, and now they can lead themselves into a Roche. When somebody's dead with Solar Crest, with PL, with all these illusions, they start to clear it up. It's going to be very hard for Mineski to make an attempt to go in.
I mean, Ice can have a poke in, or a poke around. He knows that it's going on. Can he do anything on the Spider? It's hard. Doing a lot to 1437 there. Has to Glimmer Cape and back up.
He can't get into the fight though without BKB.
It is unlikely that he can get anywhere close to this. And indeed. Oh, he's thinking about it. He's going Ice. Oh, Ice is trying. Oh, he gets the kill. He's able to get the kill, but Kuka will snatch the Aegis. There was a fair bit of time when the Aegis wasn't picked up, but Ice able to take the Roche kill.
Mushi, though, swaps out
He's in trouble.
and now he is going to get hunted down and killed.
Oh, if only Ice was able to pick up the Aegis there. There was a long time, it felt, where the Aegis was not being picked up. But he gets the kill at least. Classic Ice. Not sure how much that will do in the overall scheme of things, but it does give them that extra bit of money XP.
How the hell did he get that? Did he hit it, or did the Radiant?
I think he nuked it.
Okay, he knew. Okay, I mean that's still not even that much damage.
It's still not that much with the resistance as was. Look, it gets in, it hovers around.
I think the Radiance burn got the last hit. Because I didn't see him
auto hit it.
I don't think he hit it. It doesn't look like he attacked it.
I mean, maybe.
I think he just got some RNG right there, to be completely honest.
Did he not have a slot for, as I said, I was surprised he didn't get the Aegis.
He cleared up a slot, but I think there was too much inside of it.
I mean, there was a lot of chaos around that pit.
Yeah.
Of course, Mushi does get picked off for making their save.
I mean, how does he get the... I mean, I'm going to watch that one again after this. It looks like the Radiance Burn got it. Maybe he poked it. Maybe he poked it once and then it
How much magic resistance to Roche have again?
It's lower than it used to be.
It is okay. I was gonna say, but still, get in that Roche. There is that Aegis on Cuckoo though, and I think he can look to try and do something big with that.
I think the Roche on Magic is like 50%, maybe 55. Yeah, it's about half. I know it's very close to 50 or 55%. I can't remember exactly the numbers, but. Raven, full BKB up now on the Razor, so he can actually get into the fights a lot easier versus this Disruptor. He's Very tanky on the Razor now too. Almost level 20, can choose for that 10 armor if he wants to, and then he'll be pretty hard to bring down.
Actually got a complete Silver Edge on the PR as well.
Okay.
I was better with the sneaking around, and I want to say, I might be totally wrong here, but if you can get the touch on Mushi, it stops those illusions spawning and hitting the back.
Yep.
Which, you know, it's a considerable bit. You don't really want a PL illusion punching at you after you've killed someone.
It breaks the Vengeance Aura, and it also breaks the...
Oh, is it not? It doesn't create an illusion of them, it creates illusion.
Yes, yeah, and it breaks the incapacitating bite from the Broodmother as well.
Oh, that is true. That is also one of the big ones.
TNC with this Aegis.
Hey, they managed to find the grab. It straight in on Size. His Brood into the Maledict. Size. No way he could survive through this, surely no. He's down for 75. Moon trying to head forward, cleans out the Tombstone. TNC will back up and Size buys back in. This is going to be the challenge, pushing up to high ground. Moon closing in on the Butterfly as well. Once he has that.
Yeah, it's tough, Rick, right? They have the Medusa, which is really good for the high ground defense, but TNC does have that Bat Rider. So if they do see anybody, they just grab them out of the pit, and then they can try to go for the number advantage. And now, Ice has no buyback on that Brood.
I mean, I don't know if he necessarily needed to buy that, unless they can find a play aggressively. Oh, Cuckoo! They just smoked, but Cuckoo was there, of course, invis. And now they're just going to jump in on them. Mushi getting low, but the Soul comes in. Stone Gaze. Is it going to be enough to protect Mushi? It does. They get the Stone Gaze off the PL. No, he gets past it. He goes towards Mushi, but he's now going to look to turn back. And he knows if he can get Ice. This is going to be a dieback on the Spider if they can. Soul Rip's there. Will heal Ice back up. The PL turns his attention towards Moon, who Hurricane pikes himself back up to the high ground. And away from the damage of TNC. That got a little spooky there for
How did nobody
Mineski.
die?
As it seemed a little, that's where they smoked, and then as I say, the Silver Edge PL was sort of sitting there, and they were like, oh, hang on, someone's among us.
Yeah.
And then yeah, either way, everyone's surviving, and some big saves. They're just getting Ice out of there. That could have been incredibly painful if they just lost the Brood straight off the back of that buyback.
That's the first time I've seen that ever. Did you see what talent Broodmother just picked up? The 20 Spider attack damage over the attack speed. The attack speed talent was just changed last patch from 60, well, initially from 70 to 60, and then in 7.07.
I mean, that is a lot.
60 to 50.
Why was it that people did, was it just because of the fact that in the fight the Spiders normally just die? It's just not, because for the pushing and everything else, the numbers add up way better for the Spiders.
Gets spotted out here on the sides and picked off here by Tims. Well, they usually just die.
Yeah.
So I think.
But for pushing and stuff.
I think that's why he did it. Yeah, I think he's realizing they're having trouble just taking.
Because how much damage do they do normally?
18.
It's a lot of damage. That is a lot to add up.
If you have enough,
yeah,
I guess.
If you have an army built up, indeed. No, Disruptor. The people are getting picked off by.
Look at the Spiders. They just killed Tims.
Oh my goodness, the Spiders are freaking spooky.
They don't kill core heroes, but they can kill support heroes.
And then now the Spider's dead for 100 seconds. Ice has not got buyback.
Yeah, he's down.
That's the real spooky thing from Mineski. Can they hold? They've got the Medusa. They do have they should have the rest of the team up in time. 25 seconds and Disruptor's back in, and they have got Butterfly complete on Moon. It's a good amount of damage, but I say that they're losing the tier 3 tower. They got to get back here soon. Tier 3's gone. Mushi will be back up in a second. Looks like they may have to just accept the loss of this mid-Brax. They're turning their attention towards the Medusa. That evasion though. Illusion's doing not quite as much. Actually swap back from Mushi. Look at his setup onto Cuckoo. The Cuckoo quick with a doppelganger. He will be fine. They can't quite get the catch on him. Now turning towards the Witch Doctor. Maledict down onto Moon. Flame Break actually knocking Moon close to 1437. But he's got the Glimmer Cape. He's got the TP. And Mineski, they do not have the detection.
They lost the melee racks.
Slowly but surely, TNC edging themselves closer and closer to victory this game.
Yeah. 13k gold lead, 20k experience lead. They've been doing an incredibly good job of not allowing Mineski to slow the pace down. At all times, they've just been pretty much running at them. Even though Moon is farmed, Mushi is incredibly shut down. 10,700 net worth on that Venge, and you look at the supports from TNC, they're right behind him. Mushi 3 and 10, really just getting punished heavily by TNC.
Yeah, there's not a lot this Venge can do at this stage other than be a sort of semi-reliable stun at this later portion of the game, and the aura. Very hard for Mushi to really sit there and get stuck in the fights, as he is rather far behind. And Aghanims for Raven nearly complete, so the push going to get even more scary.
Mid lane, Mushi again.
Oh, these grabs from Sam. Straight in with the lasso, bringing the Venge back, and that is 70 seconds. No, Mushi does not have buyback, and TNC, they're chasing more. Look at this speed of Cuckoo as he closes in onto Moon. He's got the break, this haste rune PL, forcing Mineski back, jumps up to the high ground. He's managed to find Disruptor there as well. That's 2 heroes down for nearly a minute on Mineski.
Sam H is just finding the grabs all over the place. With this movement speed talent, with Shadow Blade, can easily close that gap. And now, Cuckoo, full butterfly finished up. Again though, instantly, they have no hesitation. As soon as they have lasso, they go for those kills. They do not slow down.
Yeah, Sam's been playing very, very nicely.
Yeah, Sam is...
Some big grabs, and after having a bit of a struggling time up top when he turned up against the Brood, he's pulled it together. Moon being jumped on. Cuckoo's trying to start the fight straight away. Trying to sort of poke and prod the Stone Gaze out of him. The ult coming out from Raven with the Aghanim Scepter, punching into the racks. Can Mineski actually hold this? Still 10 seconds before they got the heroes back. Backdoor for the Kev against Go. They've actually got the grab. They've got it onto the Medusa. Do they have the damage though with the evasion? He's still alive for now, Moon. Does he get the aura? No, he's out of mana. He can't get the Stone Gaze out. He's down. 85 seconds, no Medusa. TNC. I think they may just have done it as they find Ice as well. They kept the pressure up. There was not the time for this Medusa to become the big scary snake lady that she'd hoped to be, and GG is called. TNC take game 1 against Mineski.
That was very well played.
Really nice
from start to finish. I mean, the Phantom Lancer for me, Cuckoo, absolutely spectacular performance from him. Just coming out ahead in the laning phase in that in the start, and then also punishing. He killed the Medusa, I think once or twice, and just making all the right rotations. That was really well done by TNC. I think like overall, they really dictated the pace of the game. They had a good flow coming out, and they never really let Mineski stop and catch back up. I mean, Ice had a great time taking tier 2 very early, but we never could see them actually take a head-on engagement versus TNC for the most part.
Yeah, I think, as I was saying at the start, you know, I was a little worried about TNC considering what we saw the other day, where they sort of had a bit of scrappy gameplay coming out in terms of a team. But yeah, this game won. They played perfectly as a 5-man. The coordination was there, and I don't know. Yeah, Mineski, they're gonna have to try something different. The Medusa pick, hard to do against a team that's ready to play as proactive as TNC are. We'll find out what happens in game 2 right after a short break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in a minute.
Get the alpha, be the alpha.
The battle begins.
Rampage.
Dire victory.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
So deep, you gotta push him in a hole so deep. You gotta push him in a hole so deep. You gotta push him in a hole so deep. Even the sound will refuse.
You're not brave. You've merely forgotten the fear of death.
Destiny 2 on PC. Available now. Exclusively on Blizzard Battle.net.
Call of Duty is going back to World War II. We gotta get the guys back together. You busy?
No.
Then let's go.
What? All right. Who's next?
Garcia.
You'll never get Garcia. He's got himself a wife and kids now.
It took you guys so long.
Okay, I guess we got Garcia.
Play map packs 30 days early.
PlayStation.
Call of Duty is going back to World War II. We gotta get the guys back together. You busy?
No.
Then let's go.
What? All right. Who's next?
Garcia.
You'll never get Garcia. He's got himself a wife and kids now.
It took you guys so long.
Okay, I guess we got Garcia.
Play map packs 30 days early.
PlayStation.
Together in one passion, we create a greater surprise. Kia invites you to Australian Open 2018. Together for a greater surprise. Kia.
Welcome back, RG Dreamleague Season 8 in the middle of our lower bracket finals for the Southeast Asian qualifier. We just had our first game and TNC had the victory there over Mineski. Better yet, they won with a kill score total of 1437. Hey. Got him. That was a pretty good game though. That was, well, first of all, great Brood game, but unfortunately it's just a Brood. Yeah. And TNC had a lot more in their arsenal.
Was it enough? PL is very good hero against Medusa. And Mushi just didn't go off like I think he normally does in his Venge games, and ultimately it wasn't enough.
Yep.
PL just counter all 3 of your cores.
Got him.
That's core matchup advantage.
That's just it, right?
He struggled in the lane at first though.
PL?
Yeah, the first 5 minutes or so.
Your lane against Medusa, it's not the best. He was able to dodge Mystic Snake with double ganger as predicted.
But really, I think it comes down to the fact that there was no answer for PL. There's no way to lock him down. There's no way to effectively deal with all his illusions over and over again. And that was it.
I wonder if there was an off lane for Ice Ice Ice. They had the Brood overall final pick, right?
Yes.
I like the Brood, honestly.
But you can't do much with the Brood. Like, you can't fight with your team very well.
It did create a lot of pressure.
We can take a look at the replay and see what happened on bottom lane at some point. And I felt like at that point Mineski thought, you know what, we are ahead, or we feel well, not ahead, but we need to make something happen. We need to push. And in comes the PL with the rest, and I don't know why they stick around so long. He does try to teleport out, so that's good. Pilot Eye gets out. Wrong team, doesn't matter. Undying gets out anyway.
Can we? I know we don't do this normally, but can we roll that back and watch it one more time?
I think we
can. Is that a production thing that we could do?
Yes, we can. We have
to like all the way from the beginning, all the way in the beginning. And I think this is right after they kill the Razor. So normally you kill a safe lane core, and then you think you can push. But look at Tim's positioning on the right side, blinked out of trees, and you landed a 2-man stun. And right in that point, the fight is already over, because the only way they could win the fight is when they have Magnetize to begin with. Or not Magnetize, sorry, Stone Gaze activated. If you don't have Stone Gaze activated, then Cuckoo just jump on you and shred your whole mountain pool. So the fact that Tim's jumped out from the trees on the right side to get a 2-man stun, 2-man silence, that was a good fight for TNC.
It was a good game for TNC all over. They didn't have an answer for PL. As you said, Charlie, was this then a draft win, or do you feel like TNC just played it really clever? Was there a way for Mineski to win?
I guess if Ice 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 just has like the X factor is the Brood, right?
Yes.
Ice 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 just has to do like insane things, draw a lot of attention to him, but in the end, like that's asking for
too much.
So ultimately, just because there's no way to isolate the PL, I don't think they can win.
I think it would have been a much better game if Venge had a better game, because Venge is a core that needs to have a good start and keep on going.
Yeah.
But I think Fog was pointing out that she died early on with the 17-1 charges when she was going for a kill. So I felt like Mushi overall could have had a stronger game. I don't know if that would have been enough against the PL, but it would have been a much closer game, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, unfortunately for Mineski, it wasn't that close of a game. We're going to take a look at what happens in game number 2. The draft has begun, and we can see what heroes the teams have in store for each other. And
it's a clockwork pick with Puck, Night Stalker, Ogre ban so far.
Yeah, and that means that last pick this game will go to TNC, so Mineski can't surprise Brood.
So clockwork
pick for Mineski, who's on Radiant.
Okay, and then you said Puck, Ogre,
Omni Knight, Wisp, Earth Spirit.
Puck, Omni Knight, Ogre.
Compared to previous game, the Tiny is left in the pool, and that's the only difference we see for the first 6 bans.
TNC's turn.
With obviously the Earth Spirit getting added to the bans there.
I'm liking the Tusk. We saw Ohio playing it in game 1 as an offlaner.
Yeah.
I don't think that worked out too well, but I think a position 4 Tusk is quite good.
10 seconds remaining.
And we just hope that it's a position 4, because I'm still not a fan of the offlane
5
Tusk,
seconds remaining.
which we did see earlier yesterday, but not on TNC, I think so. We're gonna have Mineski again on the Radiant with TNC on the Dire, so they prefer this over the other.
I'm surprised by the lack of Ogre Undying way to start off with the draft.
Well, the Ogre is banned out, so...
Right.
So that's
those
fine.
type of heroes, you mean?
Oh,
yeah.
so, oh, like that,
like
yeah.
Jakiro, Undying. I'm gonna secure
lane
mid
bullies.
laner. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is still also pretty open. You start with your 4s that can roam around.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they both leave it fairly open, and we have seen both of those heroes played in different positions. There's your Undying, though. So they secure that. Let's see what Mineski has as an answer to this. I'm gonna assume that they also want to secure their
5 seconds remaining.
secondary support.
So far, this is pretty standard from both teams.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I know the sample size is quite small, but it seems like the nerf on Wyvern did its intended effect. Wyvern nowhere to be seen anymore.
Yeah.
Not even being banned out at all, so.
Yeah, surprising that. It was only a small nerf. Apparently enough, at least enough for the Southeast Asian scene, because we didn't see too much Winter Wyvern yesterday either.
It's a small nerf, but it's a nerf aspect of her that's very important, which is essentially the level 1 harass.
Yeah.
I used to get with Arctic Burn, and they cut that by a drastic amount. So, Tinker banned once again from TNC. As always, second phase TNC Tinker.
Nana's Tinker.
This just tells me that they've had a hard time dealing with it in their scrims.
Yeah.
What do you make of the Gyrocopter first phase pick? Because the only time we've seen Gyrocopter so far is banned, last phase banned against Fnatic.
I think they want a fighting core for Mushi early. Something that can lane, but also contribute to early game.
TNC also runs a ton of illusion heroes. We saw the Phantom Lancer last game, and yesterday we saw them run Terrorblade.
Yeah.
So if TNC was going to be picking up one of these illusion cores, then Gyrocopter likely will be banned out here. So I think Mineski wanted to grab it up before it will likely get banned on phase 2.
Is that a Queen of Pain and...
Queen of Pain and Lifestealer ban.
Yep.
And Tidehunter gets banned after the Tinker for TNC. So some offlaner removed there as well. Heavy teamfight offlaner. So far TNC is more of a... I guess they can fight already, they have some team fight, but they have a lot of skirmish as well.
5 seconds
in
remaining.
Those two. First pick out of this ban phase goes the way of TNC. They have to go for a core or a reveal perhaps that one of these two heroes that is picked already is one of the cores, but I'm not going to assume that is the case. What do we like to see here? We saw a Batrider at this point previously. I mean, Sam-Age Batrider is a good one.
You might want some burst for the Gyrocopter. The Tusk might actually be a 3 position.
For the burst?
No, I mean just in general. Tusk might be offline.
Why do you like it that way? Or do you?
Because neither of those two heroes seem like Theban heroes. Maybe the Undying.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, we see... I think Pylai Dai, for example, has a very similar hero pool to...
Well, I guess Theban probably is playing the Undying.
Yep. Batrider it is. They used almost all of their bonus time for that, by the way. They only got 16 seconds left. That's not a lot. Hope they have their plan.